2. We are live on YouTube as well. Hello. Can y'all hear us fine? Everything sounds good? Ethan, Salmon, Leomasu, Cutica, I'm Not Fox, hello, hi Lexi, Nat, welcome, hi, yes, I'm Not Creative, Shiny Kitchen Knife, is that it?
Ooh, Shiny
hello.
Kitchen Knife.
So yeah, we're live. We went live a little bit early today, like 4 or 5 minutes early, just because we
felt like it. We were there.
We were already ready and set up, so we might as well.
Oh, Fandom's here on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Fandom, hello, can you hear us fine? Let me listen to this.
Can't stay, got errands to do. No problem, Hoodie.
All good, Green
Always,
Hoodie, thanks for saying
busy.
hi. Miley, hello. A whole 4 minutes. Yeah, we were sitting down and we were just like, whatever, we'll just go live.
I know. It's been a hot minute since we last went live.
Yup.
At least it feels like a long time to me, so. Oh, I like
Christina's been putting me through the work.
You want to see what his heads look like?
Y'all want to see my anime drawing?
So he's been practicing anime heads because he's a
noob,
a realism artist. Oh, that's a good song.
It's like City Pop.
I have 18 accounts. My goodness, that is really cool. I don't know where you put it at. Ooh.
Vincent got back to me.
Oh, awesome.
It's probably an art share 2.
It's art share 2 or art share 3.
Here it is. Nope. I don't know where it is. Art share 1.
I thought you sent it to me. Oh, okay, there it is. So this is
Colton. Yeah.
This is all the stuff that he's done.
Yeah. Over like the last 2 days, I've been doing 25 heads.
Number 1.
My first one.
First one. Number 2 is already such a big improvement.
Yeah, I was so out of practice.
Imagine just doing anime heads for homework. Isn't that like the dream?
Yeah.
Miki. This one's super cute.
Yeah,
There's
so some of these are from their studies from observation, and others are from imagination.
This one's so cute.
That one's from imagination.
This one's so heckin' cute too. Can y'all see that? Oops, y'all can't see that.
Okay. I'm also known as Audrey's Art, Official Beam 55, and Astro Nova Light. I'm not remembering all that.
I remember that.
I do recognize some of those names.
Oh, that one's fun.
Bowsette, yeah. So Christina will send me anime pictures that she likes, and I'll add them to a folder, and then I'll occasionally study them.
Kobeni. I love this one. This one's like so
that one's
cute.
from
This one's
imagination.
like so sass. I love it.
That one's
I really like that one.
That one's
Silver Wolf.
Silver Wolf, yeah. That one's from imagination.
Yep, I like this one a lot. Well, Ghost is haunting her.
Yep, that one's Miki from imagination as well. And then
Abby, Colton's character. Hey, Crits Can.
So yeah, only 975 more to do.
So cutesy, so demure. I know. Hello. Hello, everyone.
Just to let you guys know, the weekly challenge channel is now open. It seems like the mushroom the mushroom challenge is really popular. So if you're in the Discord server, go check the challenges. I wish my practice sketch looked that good.
Well, that's the power of foundation, right?
Yup.
Once you have a good foundation, any sketch looks good. Without much effort.
Yeah, I need to get up to Christina's level.
I need to get to your level with other stuff.
Because I need to be able to hold my own with anime drawing on stream. Gonna partake in my first challenge this week. Awesome!
Sweet.
What challenge are you
debut.
doing? Bowsette, yes. Hey, Crits Can. Already did 3 for the mushroom one and working on a 4th.
Nice.
Are you guys watching Don Don? We watched 1 episode, but we haven't watched any more. We've been pretty busy.
Yeah, I've been making more YouTube videos and stuff.
TikTok, you can hear our music, right? So how's everybody doing today? Chroma SpongeBobia. Ray, welcome.
Ooh, Ray's here.
Let's see. I need to remember to introduce more people. Zen Eluna, welcome. Also working on my challenge this week.
Sweet.
Procrastinating on it though. Fox, I'm really sorry to hear that.
What's up?
Your dog passed away this week, or are you talking about Minecraft? Your real dog in real life? I'm really sorry to hear that.
Oh, that's so sad.
VO, hello, Bravo Squad.
Right now, this looking a little bit neater.
My actual dog?
Oh, that's
I'm
so
sorry
sad.
to hear that. Bubby Will, hello. Swag says VO. That's horrible. When did that happen?
If it was this week, it was probably pretty recent.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Well, I am ready to take requests on questions. I'll open another file,
Yup.
so I'm not just working on the same thing all the time. Okay, there we go. And maybe I'll draw a little thing on the side.
Oh, okay. This morning,
Oh.
Mom came in about 7. We took her to the vet. Well, I am very sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that's so
Yes.
sad.
Yeah, I remember when the dog that I grew up with passed away a couple years ago.
I remember that. That
I
was
still
very
have
sad.
dreams about that dog even still. Some of them are really sad.
I still have dreams about my cat sometimes that passed away.
This might be early to be asking for tips, but do you have any tips for creating OCs? That is a great question.
I love
Thank
that.
you for
Creating
asking that, Cam.
OCs.
Hello, Danny Draws.
I actually want to make a video on this one day.
Well, I hope that our stream can be helpful to take your mind off of things and keep you happy and entertained.
Yep.
Tira's so cute. Yes.
I actually finished Naomi's, I think. Naomi's little icon on YouTube.
Hate myself, follow the life creator.
No, don't hate yourself.
Don't hate yourself. Ghosty, thank you for the follow as well. Krasha, thank you for the follow.
Thank you.
So, yep.
So creating OCs.
Creating OCs. That's a really good question.
Yep.
I'm super excited to go over that because that's kind of our specialty.
Yes. We love making OCs.
VO switch to YouTube. VO. Why are there 2 message boxes? Look, chat
What?
and message.
What? That's weird.
Test.
Hair accessories. Okay, I can do hair accessories.
Okay, now what does this one do? There's two message boxes on YouTube.
That's crazy.
One above the other. That's so weird. Hair accessories, that's fun. So, what's everybody been up to over the weekend? Can you like put hair clips or bow? Mm-hmm. Bow? Mm-hmm. Why don't you write bows? Because bows are, you love
Bows.
drawing bows.
And hair clips. I love drawing hair clips too.
Maybe some makeup? I think for anime, a lot of the time, makeup is embedded in the face.
It kind of is, but I can like make it more makeup-y. I can try that. Had my brother's birthday party. Nice.
Been sick.
Aww.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Dana, good to see you again, by the way.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Had my brother's birthday party. Happy birthday to your brother. Does the stream save on YouTube so you can watch it if you missed it? Yes, it does.
Yes, actually.
Drawing in Minecraft, Vio says. Clothes? You want to do clothes?
Do clothes.
I feel like it's about time we have another clothing stream.
Yeah, I think so.
Baggy pants?
Baggy pants. Oop.
Maybe we'll add like 5 or 6 for now and then ask again.
Yeah, so 1,
After
2,
we cover
3,
these?
4. We can do one more. 5
Yeah.
or 6.
Finished reading Steel Ball Run.
Eye shapes. Eye shape
Maybe
is
different
pretty good.
eye shapes. Yes, the stream saves on YouTube. I am an artist, so I draw Gojo and Ghetto Korean people, and Jesus, that's all I did for free 3 days or 3 days.
Oh, that's fun.
Yippee clothes, yes, different eye shapes.
Yeah, okay. So I think we'll do that. So which one should we answer first?
Pulling out my sketchbook. Perspective. I can talk a little bit about perspective if you want.
Perspective.
Makeup.
Makeup. Yeah, I do have makeup on here.
All right. This is a catchy song. What the heck?
I know.
When did we add that one?
Colton, which one do you think I should start first? To be
Eeny,
honest,
miny,
makeup sounds cool, but... or should we answer creating OCs first?
Maybe we'll go into creating OCs like after we start.
Okay.
Because I really like that one. I want to savor.
Yeah.
And I want to remember.
You know what?
we
I
still
think I'll
need to
do
that.
I think I'll do hair accessories and clips first. Hair
Then
accessories.
playing more Minecraft than drawing metal rendering.
Metal rendering? That sounds like metal bending. So hair clips and hair accessories.
Yeah, I gotta back away on the Minecraft stuff because I got a lot of stuff to do, so I'm probably not gonna be on nearly as much. But we actually did get. I wanted everybody to know if you are in the Discord server and you are part of the Minecraft server. Avatar mentioned, yeah, it's one of our favorite shows. We got Bedrock working on our Discord server. So if you play Bedrock or Java, you can play on our Discord, not our Discord, our Minecraft server.
Yeah.
So finally got that set up.
So if you want to draw hair accessories, there's like so many different kinds of clips. I think the most common one for like anime is like the triangular clip, and it's just a triangle with like a little triangle on the inside, like that. Some have little charms, you know, let's say you have a little heart, and right after, ooh, that's not a very good heart. And then after the heart, you can just add a little triangle again. Because the hair clip goes like this, it bends out. I've had a lot of hair clips throughout my childhood. So it bends outward with the charm, and then it clasps down like that.
Going to vibe on YouTube today because I need my phone for school. Hello, awesome.
Make sure you don't get caught.
Is the Bedrock the version that's on mobile? I believe, yeah. I think Bedrock is like Xbox, mobile, iPad.
Yeah, we have watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, actually. It was such a good show. I loved it. One of my favorites.
Where in the Discord do I go to post the artwork for the challenges? Jay does art, so you're going to need the challenger role in the Discord server. So go up to self roles and react to the challenger with that checkered flag. Could you put hands on the list,
yes,
please?
Yes, I actually did put hands on the list.
Yippee, now I can join the server. Yes, if you want to get whitelisted for the Discord server, you do need to be a member of our community. Because we don't have that many slots on our Minecraft server. We want to make sure that people who are on the Minecraft server are actually people like who are part of the community and all that. So you can invite your friends, IRL and stuff like that. But you'll have to go down to the Minecraft whitelist channel and post your name. And if you're on Bedrock, you need to follow the guide in the pinned message, because we need your hex for the ID and stuff.
Swag says, can't get caught when it's online. Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
Nice. Astronoble. Okay, you're on the same account.
Hoshi, thank you for the follow.
Oh, thank you.
Yep, so if you are new here, right before, I guess, we get on to the next one, we are Draw Anime Academy. We teach how to draw and how to design characters. We focus mostly on OCs and creating your own characters. We don't really do very much fan art. So if that sounds good, if you're new here, if you're just showing up, then go ahead and hit follow, because we go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And yeah, we'd love to have you here, chatting and hanging out.
And we also stream on YouTube as well, so like we're also dual streaming, so you can also check out our YouTube channel as well. Okay. So what's up?
Get well soon, Miko.
Yeah, get well soon.
All right.
So someone asked if we draw OCs every Friday. Not every Friday, it's just some Fridays, but mostly it's on Fridays, just not all the time. So another clip that you can do is like the pearl clips, which is just a bunch of pearls lined up, and you can just add them onto the sides of the hair. And another thing about clips is that it creates like a dip. So when you're pulling hair to the side with the clip, there's a bulge that comes out, and then the clip comes in, and then the rest of the hair comes out. So it just feels like there's a bit more motion in the hair, and rather than just making it stick really straight like this. Like this is something that you want to avoid. It gets too flat. Instead, add that little bump.
Mods, can you send me the TikTok stream? Are you guys going to do a 12-hour stream, or have you already done another? We've only done one so far, but I would like to do another now that we're on YouTube, actually. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So if you want to do bows are going to be super fun. I think the most simple kind of bow to just think about is it's a square with 2 triangles attached to it. That's kind of what it looks like. But if you want to make it fancier, basically round the corners out. So rather than this just being a plain old square, it's actually maybe more like, whoa, I was kind of skipping my line a bit. Maybe it's more like a little tooth shape, because there's like a bend in the fabric.
Yo, well, who are those people? Is that Christina and Colton? Yes, it is. Why, hello, Chel.
Hi, Chel.
Hair placement on the head. That could be kind of useful.
That could be useful. I can write it down.
We'll probably go into like,
I'll just write hair
placement. Ran all the way home to get Wi-Fi to watch you guys. Awesome, welcome.
That's so sweet.
What about ribbons?
Yeah, I'm drawing ribbons right now.
What about a ribbon bow?
Ribbon bow. What's the difference? I guess I use ribbons and bows kind of interchangeably. Another thing about these bows is that there's actually a crease. Well, some bows, there's different types of bows. There's bows with a crease in the middle, and there's like a little fold, and then there's a fold as it goes into this part here in this middle section. Then there's bows where
sometimes you'll see like it wrap around the back way.
Yeah, sometimes you'll see bows that just kind of look like this instead. It's all the same. It's just maybe you don't have the pinch in the middle.
I've noticed that sometimes on a bow, you'll have like this wrap around as well, where it kind of goes like.
Yep.
Like that. Oops.
So
and
cute.
It'll kind of do this. So you'll see the backside as well.
Yeah, I really like those. Is it okay if I couldn't do weekly challenge? Well, challenges aren't mandatory, so yeah, it's okay if you didn't make it today or make it this week.
I believe they meant ribbon as in a bow without loops. Is that what they mean?
Bow
so ribbons,
loops?
like rendering a ribbon.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, a ribbon is just a
curve with another curve right beside it, and then you end it off straight.
Yeah. Where's my ribbon rendering?
Oh, it's like way up there. You're gonna have to search up ribbon, and then you're gonna have to find that.
Okay, I'll find it really quick. What do I search it in? What channel?
Discord. Probably go to resource or something.
Is it?
Resource share. It's probably in resource share, and then ribbon. Oh, anyways. So anyways, a ribbon is basically just you draw an S curve. You can just draw any kind of S curve, and then you can draw a straight line at the top and the bottom, and then draw. And basically, if you want them to be identical, then just draw another S shape that's similar to this first one.
One thing I've always struggled with is attaching limbs to the body. Can you go over that? Actually, I really like that question because I haven't heard it asked a lot. So, Marcy, yes, great question. I like it when I find questions that are good questions that haven't been asked very much.
Yeah, okay, so these are the questions I really want to answer.
Yep.
So creating OCs, attaching limbs to the body. I was just teaching ribbons a little bit ago in one of my videos that I'm making, and if you want to draw like a ribbon, you can imagine a bunch of cylinders being connected together in different spaces, I guess, or different places, and you just connect the tops. Like that. You know, that's basically like a ribbon of some sort. It's like a very long or wide ribbon.
I have to study, but will this be uploaded to YouTube? Yeah, we're streaming on YouTube right now, so you can go check the stream on YouTube. That will be on our YouTube channel, Draw Anime Academy. Okay, so this is a demo on ribbons that I did quite a while back. Here are some ribbons that I drew, and this is how you render it. So this is actually in, crap, what is it in? It's in Resource Share, if you look up.
Sorry.
The iPad hates images on Discord.
Yeah.
Discord doesn't work very well on iPad. But, yeah. So if you want to take a screenshot of this, this is how rendering works with ribbons. You have a core, you have a turning edge, a lit side, a core, a shadowed side, and ambient occlusion. And so if you want to draw ribbons, one really easy way to do it is to just go, maybe I'll make it a little bit smaller. You can draw something like this, and then you can start figuring out where it turns. So maybe I want to turn here.
Oh, I love that.
Maybe it will come out, and it'll flip over and go around. And maybe we can do that. Maybe we'll turn it again right here. And we'll give a little flip down here. So just like that.
Bye, Wimpy Moon. Yeah, I love that.
So pay special attention. A ribbon will do a couple of things. It'll twist. It'll flip around like that. And it'll do a combination of those types of things.
Like even you can just see here. Here's the twist.
Yep.
Here's
twist,
it bending and
bend.
Twisting again. And a lot of it is just twists and bends. Like here's this one right there.
Yep.
Over here.
So that's exactly how I like to do ribbons. And ribbons are really just like well-designed lines that have just a two-dimensional like thickness to it. So like by a well-designed line, I mean this goes a little bit into design, but basically, you know, if I do this, it's not going to be that interesting because this curve is pretty consistent. So I'd probably make like an accelerated curve where there's a long part and a tighter part, and then I could come up and do another tight part. So you're basically just designing interesting curves. Is this showing on YouTube?
I think it's showing pretty well on TikTok.
And then you just kind of flip it around and do what you want with it. So you could do this, flip it around like that, flip it around, maybe we'll give it another twist. Maybe right here, we'll give it another twist like that. You can give it a little tail if you want.
Oh, that's so cute. I love it.
Yeah.
Wow, hello everyone.
So, yeah, the secret to designing really good looking ribbons is shape language. Trouble drawing ruffles and skirts.
Ooh.
It looks so natural too. Yeah, like that's the design part, right? Like having a combination of large arcs, quick turns, and flips make it feel very natural, kind of like you're waving it around in the air.
Like a gymnast or like a ribbon dancer.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Maybe we'll do hair play. Let me think. Colton, what do you think we should do?
Whatever you want.
Maybe we'll do eye shapes next, because that's always an attractive topic. Eye shapes will depend on the personality of your character, so this can also go into like creating OCs and stuff. The rounder your eyes are, the more softer they'll look, the more boxy the eyes look, the more sturdy and serious they'll look, and the more triangular they'll look, it looks a little bit more sinister or more dynamic, depends on the kind of vibe. Now you can mix all these shapes together, so you can have like a round and a sharp.
Yeah, I like how you guys kind of have different art styles. Yeah, we're very different with our art styles.
Yeah.
I'm a background artist for games, and Christina's pretty much like an anime artist.
Yeah.
But we both do the same things in different ways.
Yeah. So here's a round, and then here's a triangle. The triangle ends usually around the edges of the eye because that's kind of where it's pointed at most. And this also goes into a little bit of makeup, where if you've ever done eyeliner or put on eyeliner and did winged eyeliner, this is basically the shape that the winged eyeliner creates. So this eye would be more of like a mature but soft like kind of eye shape.
Hey Mysel, thanks for sharing the live.
Mysel, hi.
Hey Tori, how's it going? Senseis, are they going to give tips for doing the eyelashes?
I mean, I'll do eyelashes right now.
I've been doing a lot of anime drawing, and I can also explain what I've kind of figured out. Well, what I've figured out is with eyelashes, I really like to go kind of down from the bottom like this. So it kind of gives some volume like that.
Very nice.
Right? I would lengthen them differently, and I'd probably add a little triangle. That's how I like to do eyelashes. Mm-hmm. And then you can add a couple down there as well.
Yep. I like to kind of group my eyelashes. Like, I like to use 3. So, let's say I'm drawing another eye. My main large one is going to be at the edge of the eye, right here. This is my really large one. And then I like to add another lash around at this curve. So like if there's like an acceleration, right? There's like this smooth and then up, bump.
Awesome, V. I'm really glad that our teaching works well for you.
Aw.
Hey, Melky.
And also I like to add one eyelash towards the inner corner of the eye. This just to give a little bit more like context as to like how the eyelash is coming up from the eye. So yeah, like as Colton said, its eyelashes come from the bottom and then radiate out.
Why my music stop?
I don't know.
Why the heck?
Hey Milky.
There we go.
Yeah, we're doing good today.
Hello, how are we today? Yeah, we're good. Any anatomy tips currently struggling with the cellular level? Huh? No idea what that...
we don't draw cellular level stuff.
Is he your teacher? So the funny thing is, I teach Christina when it comes to perspective and rendering Christina teaches me when it comes to drawing characters and people.
Yeah, so I guess we teach each other.
Yeah, we both have strengths that each other don't have.
You teach me a lot on composition and stuff that I think is a lot more difficult than how I teach in the things that I teach you. But anyways, so there's eyelashes. I like to also add, like, I keep forgetting about that quick menu. I also like to add bottom lashes, as he did here. They're just these two little points at the corner of the eye at the bottom lash, and then that should be pretty sufficient. But you can add as many as you want. I would say the no-no for lashes is to make them evenly spaced like this.
Whoa just came here from TikTok. I love the wide shot layout.
Yay!
Yes, for anybody on TikTok, we are live streaming on YouTube right now as well. And it is way better. There is a way bigger frame that you can see because YouTube is horizontal. Mm-hmm. Also, I wanted to ask you guys, do you think that if Christine and I streamed horizontally on TikTok, that would work well for you? We might try it sometime.
Yeah, that's right.
I know you can stream horizontally. Hey, half animated.
Hey. So yeah, please don't do this because that looks like a creepy doll eye. The reason is because the eyelashes are really evenly spaced apart and they're all the same length, so that looks ugly. Unless you really want the eyes to look like this, then I don't care what you want to do. Instead, group it. Figure out like which part of the eye that you most want to accentuate. For me, personally, it's the edges because it's just the most dynamic shape. So I'll kind of gravitate my lashes towards the edges. And I'll make them a little bit more subtle.
Hello, Karen. I joined from TikTok. Nice.
Awesome.
Yep. Our YouTube channel is just Draw Anime Academy. It's the same as our TikTok.
Yep.
I don't think chat would be sideways. I think TikTok actually supports horizontal streams now.
Oh, okay. So another eye shape that you can experiment is this really, really round eye shape, which is just curved all around. Even the edge of the eye is going to be curved. But you'll actually notice that because it's a really round eye shape, this side is a lot higher than this side. This is still the edge of the eye, but it's a lot lower because that's kind of usually how the eye curve is like. So I would make this eye really, really high, then drop down. And then I'll add in lashes afterwards. Kind of similar to how I did this one right here, or how I did this one. I'm
gonna be busy for like 10 seconds.
Okay. Oh, hey, Aaron. Yeah, the screen is a lot bigger. It's a lot easier to see the drawing on YouTube, so I have to constantly, like, zoom in so y'all can see.
Did you, export all the, characters, teaching characters?
I don't know if I exported all of them, but I know I exported Naomi's.
Did you export June's?
June's, I think I did. Unless
okay,
I
I'll check.
Didn't. Yeah, please check because I don't remember.
What would it be even considered?
June student overlay, if that's where it is. Okay, the chat and stuff will be normal. Oh, okay, that's nice.
It's not coming up. I don't know where you saved it at.
I thought I saved it on streaming. Streaming overlays.
Streaming overlays, you can do your teaching.
So anyways, we got a really round eye shape. And then if we want like a more boxier eye shape.
There we go.
Hey, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Colin is playing a bit with the YouTube overlay stuff where we're changing characters in there. So if you know, you know.
June has arrived.
Yes.
YouTube knows what I'm talking about. TikTok does not.
So here's a more hexagonal eye shape that's a little bit like narrower. This is great for like more serious looking like adult women or just adult guys. It doesn't really matter which one. It works for any type of eye shape or any type of gender.
How would you draw a character from a far away view? Would you be able to see their eyes? That's a really good question.
That's a good question.
It depends on the resolution of like what you're drawing at, and it depends whether you want people to see their eyes or not.
Yeah.
I guess I would start with what's the intention of your art? Do you want their eyes to be able to show, or do you want them to be more like a character that you can see in the distance, but they're not very important? Now what's this? Why is this already happening?
I don't know. It's not supposed to happen. Are you back?
There we go.
How to draw heads.
Jump scare. Chat, you awake?
I can add heads to the list.
Oh, that's so annoying. TikTok is so annoying.
I know. So this is a very bored looking eye. It has a lot of angular shapes. has more of this boxy shape right there. It's all really all about shape language for eyes. It's communicating the personality. So I would say look at a lot of anime eyes that already exist, like in animes. Look at the different female characters, look at the different male characters and their personalities, and actually see what eye shapes they use. And then what you can do is you can actually study those eye shapes and put them on your own characters and see how it all works. That's kind of how I learn a lot on, drawing these anime eyes, to be honest. I just draw a bunch of shapes. Oh, that's cute. There's Naomi's.
I'm just lining up Naomi's now.
Yeah. I have been spooked. Yep.
Her space buns kind of go off.
They do.
Her head is way smaller than June's.
Crap.
Okay, there we go.
Well, Naomi's is so cute.
Yeah, Naomi's is cute.
What's a triangular eye look like? I think more so it's the vibe. So you can have a very, let me think.
Kayla, no, you're not late. You're just in time for Naomi's debut on stream.
Yes. So a triangular eye is more like a very narrow eye. It has a lot of sharpness in the beginning and the edge of the eye. And you'll actually see that there's like this kind of downward curve towards the inner part of the eye. This is to give a more serious and more angry expression. If you want a softer version of this, you can have like a siren eye, which is kind of like a little S curve, but still has that sharp edge. With a lot of lashes.
For anybody on TikTok who doesn't know, this is what I'm talking about. We added these images to our YouTube stream. This is Miko, and there's the other girls as well.
The drawing app is Procreate. Cutie alert, Tori says. They are cute, aren't they?
Oh, so cute.
I wish we could incorporate them in some way on TikTok. That'd be wonderful.
How. I'm trying to figure out where they would be. I bet we could make them pretty small because people are on their phones.
Ooh, a droopy eye? That would be actually really fun. So a droopy eye is basically like a circle and a triangle, but it's more downturn. So instead of the edge of the... Whoa, did you see that? Instead of the edge of the eye going up like this, you'll start round and then drop the edge of the eye downward like this.
Make a sticker for the subs. If we had subs, they could use them.
Yeah. I would say like a droopier eye also works a lot better when the eyebrow's closer to the eye itself. So there's how you draw a droopy eye.
Can y'all see that?
Oh, that's cute! Oh, I love that. Hopefully you guys can see that. Oh, thank you for the follows, Rihanna and Dominic. Babies, yes. Oh.
Could pull them in a little bit.
Yeah, let's pull them in a bit.
And I'll take this and I'll just make it like...
What if we just cut their butt, cut it to like the bust or something?
Oh, come on, I can't squish that because...
Sorry, we're playing around with a bit. Hey, Art Attack. Whoa, Fox subscribed for the first time.
How do you like that?
That's super cute.
Awesome.
Thank you, Fox.
They were the one asking about the subs.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate it, Fox. Yeah, I would love to get some stickers up. I'll have to look into that. There, of course, to help the channel. Yeah, we really appreciate it. Thank you.
So we got some comments on YouTube.
Yep.
Do they have a Discord? Karen,
yes, we have a Discord. Mm-hmm. It is in the description of the stream right now.
Yes.
And it'll be drawanimeacademy.com/TikTok. That will have our Discord invite on it. Mm-hmm. Do you have personalized OCs for yourself that people can do fan art of?
Yes, we do.
We have a set of characters. Sorry, we're getting a little sidetracked.
I know we
are.
We
have a set of characters. Here they are.
Actually, we can also pull up the Discord character references. So we posted all of our OCs on our Discord channel. They're into the character reference.
Sub-only stream for OC drawings. That would actually
work. So I did all of our Anime Academy characters and posted them in character references. Here's Naomi. Here's Jake. He's always left out.
I need to add Jake to YouTube as well.
There's June, Tira. There's also some more references of June. And this one's Abby, which is Colton's character. Super cute. I love her.
Abby. Yeah, those are my drawings.
These are Colton's drawings. There's a few more drawings of her that he did. Super lovely. Then there's my character, Ray. Yep, there's Jake. There's my character, Ray. I also have her on there. This is my personal one, not part of the Anime Academy, but this is just, I just like her, so I just draw her. And then these are the ones in our book. So here's Miki. Super cute. This is Colton's character. Crap.
No, I like getting distracted sometimes. It's fun.
Miko. And then
here's Jake. He's always left out. Oh, I need to add him to YouTube. He was left out.
And then there's our other characters from our books.
Victor. Everybody likes Victor.
Everybody loves Victor. I love this guy though. This guy's funny.
You guys have a book? Yeah, we actually have 2 books.
Yes, we do.
So yeah, we published 2 how to draw manga books. Volume 1 is right here. You may have seen the cover before, or maybe not. And Volume 2 is right here. You can check them out both on Amazon, Anime Academy How to Draw Characters, and Anime Academy How to Draw Manga.
Where's the Discord? The Discord is in the linky in our profile. So if you go to our profile, you'll see our link there, and then you'll scroll down.
Oh my gosh, I own the first one. Really? So you own... Yes, we are the authors.
Yes.
This is Miko.
Yep, that's Miko. Yeah, we did make those.
Yup.
I drew most of the stuff. Colton wrote
I did all the editing
and did all the editing.
Yeah, so the only pages that I actually drew for book number 1 were these pages, these pages, and...
Oh, you found it at the store? What store? What store did you find it at?
Yeah, what store did you find it at?
Yeah.
Where can I buy them? We sell them on Amazon right now.
Mm-hmm. So if you like drawing anime, consider getting our books.
It was at my local thrift store. Awesome.
Whoa, what? That's so cool.
That's fun.
Sometimes they'll just pop up anywhere. Like
yeah, they pop up.
They just pop up somewhere. Okay.
Jake Nerd sticker. Would you make a Fortnite character? Probably not.
No, I don't think we really do OCs for specific fandoms or games. We just make our own characters.
Yeah, if you're interested in the how to draw books, they are on the link on our profile on TikTok. Mm-hmm. Awesome stuff. Just subbed.
Oh, thank you.
Kiraji Art, hello, welcome. Hey, found you on the homepage.
Wow, that's
New
so cool.
New subscriber.
Yay! That's so much fun. I love that.
Yup. Hopefully you're still here. We've been distracted with TikTok.
Yeah, we have been kind of distracted.
How much are your books? I believe they are $26.95 each. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they go on sale. They've been selling like crazy this month because Christmas is coming up.
Yes, they would make a wonderful Christmas gift if that's what you're interested in.
I like that. That's cute. You like Miki and Miko there?
Yes, I love Miki and Miko there. I think that's so cute. That's just our brand, right? All right.
Hey, Tira.
Tira. When are you going to show your art? I want to see it already.
Yeah.
So, Kiraji Art says, yes, nice. Hey, Montserrat. How many books do you guys have out? We have just those 2 books. Yep.
We want to make a chibi book as well.
Yes, I do.
Books take a really long time to make because we're tryhards.
Yeah, we basically make it so that everything is basically perfect. So yeah, it does take a little bit of time.
I'll put the books on my wish list. Awesome.
So I think the next one I'll do is makeup because I love doing makeup. I love putting makeup on characters, especially to make them fancy.
Tryhards, yeah, we really are. We spent about a year on each of our books. Honestly, that's why I stopped publishing how to draw books. There's too many sweats.
So guys, who's new on YouTube? They just found us on your homepage because we would really love to know.
Yeah.
We're new to this, so it would really help for y'all to hear, or for us to hear, and stuff like that. Anyways, makeup. I think there's multiple ways to do makeup. I'll cover eye makeup while we're on the eye section. I think the most common type of anime makeup is eyeshadow. Like that's typically anime characters already come with makeup. Like I would say the harder things to draw them without makeup because you kind of have to like make them look like they have no makeup on. But technically, anime characters already have built-in makeup in them. This includes, the lash line, the eyeliner, all that stuff. This whole lash line is basically mascara, right?
Second time here, nice.
Nice. Yes, Karen. Okay, yeah.
Found you guys just browsing. Hello.
Nice.
Joined for the 15th. Nice.
Joined in the 15th. Nice.
I'm new if that's what y'all asked. Yes.
Yes.
Welcome, Karen.
Thank you. So eyeshadow. I would not complicate eyeshadow too much because the eyes are already like super like attractive to look at. So I would say if you want something really, like, if you want like eyeshadow, do it a little bit more subtly. I think the best type of eyeshadow is just one like consistent shade.
Started drawing chibi anime again after a long time. Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Chibis are super fun. We
Yeah.
actually just published a class on chibi drawing.
Yeah.
I recently bought 2 of your Udemy courses, how to draw heads and expressions and how to draw characters and backgrounds. They're great. I would recommend them to anyone here.
Thank you. Thank you,
Awesome.
Philip. Yeah, it's, those Udemy courses have kind of been around for a long time. By the way, we also made a school, an anime art school.
Yeah, funny enough. We have a whole school online as well now with 7 different classes.
So another thing about eyeshadow is that while this looks great, I feel like another thing that will make the eye even more attractive is if you add like a really sharp highlight on the eyelid. Doesn't that look pretty? It just makes it that much more special.
Would you recommend your books to someone with 0 drawing experience? Honestly, we did make it for people with 0 experience online, but I do want you to know, if you do have 0 experience, you're just gonna have to draw a lot. Some people take to it quicker than others, but I would say, yeah, if you have 0 experience, I've taught people from basically the first time they've picked up a pencil, and what you really have to have them doing is just a bunch of drawing. Like, just practice a lot, just draw a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would absolutely be applicable to someone with 0 experience. It'll teach you the basics. We don't rate people's art, unfortunately.
Yeah. Rating people's art would consider basically like our tastes, and that's kind of subjective. So, I mean, one day I feel like it'd be really funny to do like a series where we did rate people's art. I mean, that would be extra content to make, but right now we don't do that.
Nekoro, I finished your Udemy course a long time ago, but never got the chance. I love them. Thank you for making easy to understand. A lot of Udemy students
so
on YouTube.
sweet.
Welcome,
Yeah.
welcome, welcome, welcome. So we do stream 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific. What's your favorite thing to draw?
Women. Women and girls. That's really all I like to draw. Most of our OCs is basically just all girls, so, and we only have like one guy character. So yeah.
All of my art will be of Miki, so Colton will be biased and give me 10 out of 10s. Tori, yes.
That's kind of smart, actually.
I love when people draw Miki. Colton's favorite thing is to draw Miki. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just drew Miki.
Yep.
I'll pull it up.
You're earning a new follower. I need to learn how to draw better. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Welcome.
Kira GR says, you guys seem so nice. Glad I found you. I'm glad you found us, and I'm glad that you're part of us.
Yes,
our community.
welcome.
Hope that you join more.
Yeah, definitely. And we're also starting to upload YouTube videos again as well.
Yeah, I'm making a hair shading tutorial, so if you can't shade hair, look out for that.
Yep.
So, lips. Draw bangs in a 3/4. I always struggle. Okay, I can cover that in hair. So remind me if I forget. So about lips and lipstick, a lot of time there's multiple ways to do lipstick. I like to apply the top of the lip and the bottom of the lip with just one value. You can see that I'm kind of using a bit of shading here. This is just to imply the lips a little bit better without making it, without, just drawing a bunch of lines like this. Because you don't want to do that. That's too on the nose. I more so, my suggestion is to just shade it and then add that highlight at the bottom. Makeup. So did you want to show something?
I can't shade anything, not just hair. Well, you're in luck because shading things is pretty similar all throughout.
Yep.
You're really only ever going to shade things using simple forms like sphere, cylinder, cube.
Yep.
What else is there? A cone,
Ribbons.
which is kind of like a cylinder.
Yeah. Most of the time, actually, in the video that I'm gonna be covering, I'm gonna show you like how to do it step by step, but also show you how to shade cylinders. So there's that as well. So there's makeup. It looks like this person has makeup because of the eyeshadow and the lipstick. I even put a little bit of eyeshadow or tint at the bottom lid here, and that's just to make the eyes feel a lot more like smoky. So there's makeup.
I need help drawing hair in general. Is there a vid to help?
Hair. We did post a ponytail video.
Yeah.
That does cover like hair and stuff and how you could get a nice flow. So if you want to check that out, on our YouTube channel, you can see if that
We'll
helps you.
probably make a general hair video at some point.
Yeah, we'll make a general hair video at some point because ponytails are a little bit niche, but it's still a very good video. At least I think it is. I basically cover a lot of tips. All right, so there's makeup. Let's see. Maybe we'll do hair.
Well, there's also the creating OCs part.
Yes. Do you want to cover that now?
I guess we could cover it.
Sure.
How do we want to approach it? Do we want to start with? Let's start with like let's basically come up with like a mini OC.
Okay. So if I were to create a mini OC, let me think actually.
How about we could explain our process for creating what's her name? Graveyard Princess.
Lorraine. Yeah.
Want to talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
You want to go find her?
I need to find her. So she's all the way
for
down.
whoever this music is grooving, I really like this playlist. So we're going to be talking about how to create OCs. A while back, we created a character. Her name was Lorraine. And she's basically a Victorian princess who died, and now she's the princess that watches over this mass graveyard of a bunch of people that died in a big war between two countries.
Yep.
And she has a cat familiar as well.
Yeah, butterflies as well. So this was the very, very first sketch that I made of her. And this was kind of just like a random doodle that I was like, that's kind of cute. I just kind of went with the vibe, right? I didn't really have any expectations of what I wanted her to look like. I'm just like, okay, I want to draw this cute character. What if I experimented with the eye shape and her expression and like, okay, well, how would she look like with this hair? And it kind of just came out this way. Sometimes you can kind of go more like RNG with it. One way to create characters is to just draw and see if you like it. And then if you like it, that turns into a character. So we took this drawing and then we turned and elevated her into this. This is really extremely messy. But this is what she looks like later on because we actually designed her out a bit.
Yeah.
So
I'll talk a little bit about design, right? If you try to do too many things at the same time, none of the things hold very much weight. It's a design principle, basically. I'll probably make like a new layer on. Actually, this will like bring it to the top, won't it?
Probably.
That's fine. Okay, let's make a new layer. And why does that not work? There we go. So, if I draw, I squeezed it too hard.
Yeah.
If I draw a bunch of triangles and one circle, the circle is the most important thing. If I draw a bunch of triangles and a bunch of circles, there's repetition, but none of these things are the most important thing, right? No one circle is the most important circle, right? So this is a principle called simultaneous contrast of shape, where you have mostly one shape and then you have another shape put in. This works with anything. This works with color. This works with theme. This works with any subject matter. So when you're creating a character, make sure you keep the idea for the character simple. You're not trying to do too many things at the same time, right? Like, we're not gonna add
horns
to her
wings.
and like fire.
Like, it kind of just takes away from the design.
And wings. Because what ends up happening is because everything is added, no one thing is important anymore. Everything is equally important. So it's the same concept of, if I add a whole bunch of triangles, none of these triangles is very important. But if I only have one triangle, that triangle is very important. So this is kind of a high-level design concept, but when you're creating OCs, this is very important. If you want your OC to really have a specific vibe. So I can actually give examples in our book.
Yep.
For the characters that we designed. So here's Kevin. And Kevin is a wimpy kid who has a bowl cut, and his entire presence is he's weak and afraid, right? So he has thin limbs, he has a nerdy outfit, he's carrying a little twig, he's all beat up, he's got scrapes and bruises, he's got a handkerchief that's been used, right?
All the time because he's a snot-nosed brat.
Since he's a snot-nosed brat. Now, if you compare him to someone like Candy, She's very aggressive, she's very assertive, she's very loud.
She got a lot of loud colors.
Even though Kevin has very loud colors, he doesn't really feel loud. Candy, she feels like a brat.
Yeah.
So when you're creating OCs, let's go to the next one. Victor. Victor's everybody's favorite. This guy is tough, he's cool, he can handle himself, he's got scars all over his arms. He's very muscular. You can tell every one of these tools he knows how to use. He could probably kill you with every one.
Probably with just one blow or something.
And we're not adding a bunch of things that are taking away from the vibe that we want.
Well, I think the main idea was he's a janitor with a bunch of tools.
Yeah, so his story is that he's a janitor who's actually the Yakuza boss's right-hand man who's super tough and can handle himself, and he's disguised as a janitor. And so I feel like his design, and here's a blacksmith version of him.
Yeah, so we created 2 versions of these characters. We created a normal and an isekai version because we watch a bunch of isekais.
Yep.
But it also helps to do like a medieval version as well.
So there he is.
What's his name? His name is Victor. Victor.
Yeah. So when you're creating an OC, what you can do in the beginning is you can kind of just doodle randomly and explore, but you need to make decisions.
Yeah.
So with this character here, she's a Victorian girl from like the 1800s or 1700s. She's got a Victorian nightgown on that's based on the colors and shape language of butterfly wings.
Yep. Iridescent butterfly wings.
Iridescent butterfly wings, exactly. So she's got these butterflies on her, and she has this vibe, and we've made sure to stick to that vibe consistently through the entire character. And so there's like other little ideas, and we were thinking maybe she has like poisoned tea from
with the flowers that she has on her head or something like that.
Yeah. So at this point, to us, it's not even really about drawing. It's about what do we want her to look like? Because we can always scrap this image and draw something else.
See, this was the first sketch of her clothes. This was kind of just me without reference, meaning like I just wanted to draw her with like a frilly dress, but this looked a bit too like generic in my opinion. So I was like, let's focus the design or the time period a little bit more and make it more. What?
Post her in character reference so people can draw her. We should. We should take this design and
clean it up and
maybe clean it up a little bit. Yeah.
The thing is, I don't draw her enough. She's kind of.
Mitsubi loves Lorraine.
I know Mitsubi loves Lorraine. I don't draw her enough. I know that we just post the ones that we draw a lot of.
Can't shade it. Okay, I love drawing 2 head tall chibi characters. So cute, amazing style. You both draw. Yeah, we both draw.
Yep.
So, yep, we both do art.
So another thing, these are our other OCs. This one was also just made out of the blue.
Yeah.
So these characters here are our 5 characters.
Yeah. Where's Jake?
Jake's not here. Jake's not here. So for every character that we create, we kind of have this idea of like, okay, this is going to be a friend group. So we first create, so technically in the Anime Academy universe, we first created Miko because she was in our book 1.
You know.
What's up?
So this is Miko, right? She's on the book cover.
Yeah.
She was a character that was designed for book 1, and her name was actually just Sensei.
Yep, her name was
Sensei. We actually drew her. This was the first drawing. This was the first drawing of Miko ever done. And this actually used to say Sensei instead of Miko. She was just going to be the teacher for the book. But we decided that we wanted her to be more of a character. So she ended up getting a whole series of art in the book.
Yep. And then we were like, well, Colton already had a character that he kind of abandoned for a long time, that he made when he was 13.
Yeah.
And when I put them side by side, I'm like, oh my gosh, they look like sisters. So that's when Miki came into the picture. And
then Miki is the girl on book number 2.
Yep.
I actually have pictures on DeviantArt going all the way back to 2013 of this girl.
Yep.
And so we decided to bring her back and made them sisters.
Yep. And then what happened was, now we're like, wow, well now we got to create more characters for this brand because it can't just be those 2 characters. We want more. So then we created Tira, which is technically, which is Miki's rival.
Bestie.
Miki's bestie, but first rival.
Yeah.
And then we were like, okay, well we want her to have a different vibe because if this is going to be a girl group, we got to have like some kind of archetype, right?
Yeah.
So Miko's like the sweet girl. Miki's kind of like the chaotic, more spunkier girl. She has a lot more fun. We gotta have a mature girl now. So then we're like, okay, let's create this girl.
Rivals to best friends,
Yep. And so...
My fave is definitely June. A lot of people like June the most.
Yep, a lot of
and
people
the reason
like
is because June has this very specific vibe, and we're not trying to make her everything at once.
Yes.
I would say one of the biggest mistakes or the biggest problems that people run into is over designing and trying to make one thing too many things. Like, you can't have a triangle that's a circle, a triangle, and a square at the same time without taking away from the triangle. Mm-hmm. So if we wanted June to have flashy, pretty colors, well, she wouldn't have this vibe anymore.
Yeah.
If we wanted June to have
everything,
you know, a lot of jewelry and glamorous stuff, she wouldn't have this vibe anymore. So,
it has to be this very like direct vision of what you want in a character.
Yeah.
And that can come through just a bunch of exploration. So when we created Tira, we're like, okay, she's the elegant influencer girl. And she's gonna kind of have that vibe. So we're like, okay, I'm gonna give her some tanner skin. I'm gonna give her the blonde hair. I'm gonna make her hair wavy because that's more, you know, more elegant to look at.
I love June
and the
so
bow
much.
is really, and it's really nice. And in a way, I wanted Tira and Miki to kind of look like opposites.
Yeah.
But they're still like hanging out and stuff.
Yeah. We actually really wanted to make a group of characters that pretty much everybody could relate to in some way.
Yeah.
Like the quiet one, the reckless, crazy one, the elegant one.
Yep.
And then we also have Naomi.
Yep. Wait, June. We gotta talk about June.
Oh, June? We didn't talk about her yet?
Not yet. Well, we kind of talked about her, but not like the idea. So then what happened with June was, now we wanted the cool character. Like the people that are like, oh my gosh, like she's such a it girl, she's an icon. Well, they're all icons, but she's just like, she's the quiet, somber girl that doesn't talk very much because we gotta have that in a friend group, right? So then we're like, okay, I think straight, long hair with straight bangs would give that cool look.
She's sophisticated.
She's sophisticated too.
You can, like, June is the girl who's sophisticated. She doesn't talk a lot, but when she does, it's intelligent. Mm-hmm. She thinks a lot. Like, you can tell she's observing and she's judging and she's thinking, but she doesn't have to say it because she's above that.
Yeah. She's just her, you know? Yep. But then she also has another side to her where even though she's very quiet, she also has like another internet personality, which is like she's a cosplayer and stuff. And she likes anime, she likes cute things. And then we got Naomi, who is like the very extra girl that is like girl, and so she's a party girl. She's the party girl of the group, the more chaotic one of Miki. Yeah. And she kind of is more like this, the boy lover. You know, she just likes romance, she likes shopping, she likes bling, she likes anything that pertains to something that's extremely girly and also really cool. Yeah.
Naomi is Miki if she grew up in the city.
Yeah. And then now you've got like a bunch of girl group or characters that can all intermingle with each other.
It's so fun that you give them backstories. Yeah, there's a lot of backstory.
Yeah. So actually, this girl right here, Imani, we just created her on the fly, and we're like, she looks kind of hot, you know. So I was like,
well, she's Naomi's older sister.
She became Naomi's older sister once I designed her out because I'm like, they look like they could, you know, match and stuff.
So Imani is Naomi's older sister
in the music industry,
and she's in the music industry. She's actually a DJ.
Yep.
So yeah, but the main point is with designing your own characters, you don't have to know who they are immediately. But eventually you have to decide who they are and try to stick to like 3 things at most. And try, like, just be careful with how you design characters. Don't try to make them everything all at once, or else it's going to weaken who they are.
Well, I think it's like, now this is, I've definitely gotten to this phase where I wanted to make like the most perfect character, and it would be like, she's gonna have a unicorn horn, she's gonna be a goddess and a devil and this and that, and she's gonna be super crazy. But it's like, it's not really unique anymore, right? Because it's like she's everything but then she's really nothing. It's kind of interesting in that way. So it's like when you really focus on a certain character and have that vision, it's gonna come out a lot better than with just no ideas or just trying to fit everything in one character all at once.
So yeah. I have a friend. His name is Ben. Regulars, you know who I'm talking about. I talk about him sometimes. He's a character artist on the Overwatch team at Blizzard. And I'm going to interview him sometime on our YouTube channel, and we're going to talk about character design. And we're going to talk about some higher level design stuff at some point, probably. Yeah, Ben's my man.
Swags' gotcha character description. That's funny.
Yeah, so I've been meaning to interview him for a long time, but we never really kicked off our YouTube channel.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna hit him up sometime and set up a time to do a talk. I don't know if it's gonna be live or not, but yeah, we'll talk about some design principles that are like a little bit high level and interesting, maybe. Mm-hmm. So, anyways,
let's do hair placement next. What do you think?
Hair placement, yeah. Sure. Was Octolin the one who asked about that?
Octolin, he's still here.
Hair placement.
Let me think. Hair placement.
Oh, I wanted to show my drawing of Miki.
Yeah.
I showed it earlier a little bit. But this is Miki. This is Miki being perved on by a ghost, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. That's kind of how it came out.
And here she is. So that's a thing that I did last night.
It's cute. So cute, isn't it? You've gotten a lot better at ponytails.
I've been drawing the heck out of ponytails lately. And yep.
So Miki can sense ghosts.
Yes.
In some ways.
Yes, we didn't talk all about how our characters and backgrounds are, but we have whole lore and stories behind them and everything. Like June is actually the daughter of like a Chinese billionaire, and so some part of the reason she's quiet is because
she's raised with that expectation.
Yeah, she's raised with an expectation that she needs to be like the perfect little child. So she's actually secretly a famous cosplayer and expresses herself through cosplaying, but nobody knows who she is, even her own friends, except Miko.
Yeah.
Miko knows her secret.
Miko knows her secret.
And so then there's this Miko June arc.
Mm-hmm. We have multiple characters in the front group. We can have like a bunch of dynamics and stuff.
Hey, Spider-Man.
So, hair placement. Let me think of the best way to describe this. Not the best way, but an easier way. Well, the first thing is the hairline. You have no hairline, I'm kidding. You do have a hairline. It's
Shots fired.
You do have a hairline. It's just, you just shave your head. So hairlines is where the hair comes out from. And it usually looks like a swim cap with a helmet, kind of mixed together, right? Because there's also the sideburns and stuff. If you look at my own hairline right here, crap, I can't do this right. You'll see that there's this kind of line that goes across the skull, and then there's a bit more hairline before the ear. So keep that in mind. You can make this as high or as low as you want. Some people have receded hairlines that go back like this. Some people have widow's peaks, which dip down a little bit more. And some people have like really probably lower hairlines, so it really just depends on what you want. Not every character's the same.
Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop has a super low hairline.
She has the lowest hairline that I've ever seen on an anime character, but it kind of works.
It does work.
I don't know what it is.
Her forehead,
when
her
I drew
hairline
her,
is literally like right here.
It's literally it's basically where the bangs would be. It's like right here. But I don't know what it is. It just worked.
Crazy.
I think it just because it gave the illusion of bangs. Maybe that's why. Well, I drew her in our chibi course, and I was like, oh my gosh, her hairline's so low, but it looks good. So I'm like, I have to like kind of maintain that. So anyways, it was just interesting to see. Yeah.
That's Faye Valentine's
that's a widow's peak.
Bang hairline. It's right above her eyebrows.
Here we go.
Crazy.
Ooh, thank you for the follows, Ash, Mile, and Star.
Yeah, it really works well.
Oh, that's right. I also need to talk about bangs as well. So I'll draw different bangs and stuff.
It does look like bangs. Yeah, it does. It's crazy.
I think that's why it worked. It's because it looked like bangs. So here's the hairline. The bangs or the hair comes out when you have like really really short hair. You'll notice that all the hair texture is like very straight. Dang it.
No, we're not on Twitch. We're just on YouTube and TikTok right now.
Right. This is very, very short hair. You don't see texture yet. Now, I'm not sure how it would be for like 4C hair, not as much, but y'all know. Anyways, so as it gets longer, it grows out, and then as it gets longer, the hair gets a lot heavier, right? So then that's when it droops down like this. That's how hair usually works. It does look like bangs. Yeah, I know, right? So anyways, using that same concept, we're going to draw bangs on this character. So bangs can be whatever length that you want. I personally like to make them just underneath the brows, like about here. Maybe, I don't know what it is, but like technically it would not be very comfortable in real life, but it just looks like it frames the face really nicely. You can make that also really short, like above the eyebrows, and that'd be perfectly fine if that's the kind of character vibe that you're looking for. But either way, I think to start off with bangs, figure out like where your main clump is going to be. This works for any type of hair, by the way. So here, I'm gonna place a little X mark on it, on this part. And this is where I want my main bangs to be. If I'm drawing like, you know, bog standard, like regular anime bangs that have like, just like a center part, or like a center bang.
No, we do not stream on Twitch. But we are on YouTube, and YouTube automatically puts our streams up as a video right now. So, what is that, Millie? That if you go to our YouTube channel, Draw Anime Academy, we're live on there right now, and you can rewatch the stream as many times as you want. Some follows. Lexus, thank you for the follow. LaDonna, thank you for the follow. Star, Ash, Millie, thank you for the follow. Hanako, Mariah, Emmy, thank you for the follows.
Ooh, thank you. So you can see here that once I use my hairline, the hair placement looks a lot like nicer. It looks more natural. It's not super high like here, where it's going behind, you know, the head. It's not super low like over here where it's where the hairline will be implied to be super low. Like if I made the bangs down here, that means the hairline's down here, and that's way too low, at least for an anime character. So make them just a little bit higher, and it feels more natural. Another thing about bangs is that they actually come out from the head. Like if you look at my bangs, now my bangs are not the best example of it, but you actually see a bit of volume from my hairline outside from my scalp. For anime, that's a lot more exaggerated. So you really want to push in those overlaps and really push the hair beyond the scalp. That's what's going to make the hair look a lot more like a helmet and a lot more natural looking too.
What are you guys teaching today? We're teaching a bunch of different
Just a bunch of different things. Yep.
Yeah. These are the things that we went over. The ones with check marks by them are the ones that are done already.
Yep.
Very cool, guys. We'll make sure to go through your video archives. Yeah, we just started streaming on YouTube.
Yep.
So we only have, what, like 3 or 4 live streams up?
Yeah.
We've been streaming on TikTok, though, since the beginning of June.
Yep.
But we do stream 3 times a week, so 3 more videos will be going up every single week onto YouTube. Dahlia, nice to see you have joined. Hello.
Hey, how's work been?
Chuki, hi. Hairlines are really hard, though. I'm fine with bangs, but hairlines are hard, especially if they have no bangs.
So if they have no bangs, meaning like if you want slicked back bangs, is that what you mean? All you have to do is you just gotta follow the hair grain along the hairline. And this of course depends on like the jaggedness of the hairline. If it's pulled back, you're gonna see a lot more like points, or like these kind of lines that, or hatching, I should say hatching. They're like little hatch marks or hatch lines, and then it goes back along the head.
Work has been uneventful, just work.
Oh, real.
Kireji Art, thank you for the follow on TikTok as well.
Thank you.
Like Abby.
Yep, that's Abby. That's Abby hair.
Yo.
And then to make, you know, if this looks too bald and you don't want it to look too bald, just add like a little strand in the corner or like in the center part right here, just to show a little bit of like messiness. And then it'll look, I guess, not so slick back. But if you don't want that and just want to make it very clean and slick back, then just remove it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No problem, Octolin.
If this is all pulled back like this, you're gonna get overlaps that look like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you make this Abby,
she has some side strands. So there's like a slicked back side, and then there's also like bangs on the side for for this character. I mean, I could just draw it.
You can draw Abby if you want. I can't see the iPad.
Can't see the iPad's too far. Instead, there's a bit of glare. So if I were to draw Abby, which is Colin's character, she has kind of like not not every part of her hair is like slicked back. There's actually some strands that are framing her face.
Yep, she has a bob, but her bangs are pulled back.
Yeah.
Actually, the reference sheet has the...
Yep. So then we have this main part of the hair that's sectioned off, and then it gets pulled back, and then we get the tuft based on, you know, how her hair is being tied up.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it looks like that.
Looks like that. Are you guys on Blue Sky? Nope.
Nope. We don't. We're pretty much only right now on TikTok and YouTube. Have you done necks? No.
Not yet. So there's the bob. So anyways, another part of hair that I want to talk about, which is like hair placement, is the side and the back part of the hair. So the side strands of the hair, usually in anime, comes at about right after the bangs. So here I just drew the bangs and I just drew them in a bunch of clumps. Right after that comes the hair vents, which is, I mean, I don't know. It's just another way to say side parts of the hair. But hair vents are more attractive because they actually kind of look like vents. And what they essentially are is they're just like these hair strands that come up and down, and they create a little pocket of emptiness down here. You see these a lot in a lot of anime characters. These, I like to call them hair vents because somebody said that's what they look like.
No. Nhowe. Hello. Have you done necks?
Not yet.
Have you done eyes? Yes.
Yes, we have done eyes.
Yep.
Right here.
If you ask a question about something we've already gone over, no worries. You can head over to our YouTube channel where we're also streaming, and you can just back up the video.
Yep.
And find it. Mm-hmm. All right, Rai, have a good one.
Bye, Rai. So there's the hair vents, which is the sides of the head, and once again, it's overlapping the scalp. If you don't overlap this, if you don't push it out of the scalp, it's going to look very flat and it's not going to look attractive. So you really want to make sure that for the hair, there's like this wireframe happening. There's like this bump, right? Each hair kind of looks like has a bit of volume in it. And then the back of the hair comes a little bit higher than the scalp because once again, it's volume. If you stick it to the scalp like this, it's going to make the hair look very flat. So I give it a little bit more height, and I don't make this part very detailed because it doesn't really need to be detailed. It's more like a background. It's like more like context. And then I erase the scalp.
Reminds me of Cardcaptor Sakura.
Yes.
Reminds me of Violet Evergarden.
Evergarden.
Sakura's got those
hair vents.
Like exotic car level hair vents.
Exotic car level. Yeah. Are you two workers or? We own this company. I mean, we're the
workers.
You mean like for Anime Academy? No, like we do this.
This is our business.
This is our business. So yeah.
When I do hair, it looks so simple and I can't separate it well. Not enough detail. Any tips?
Overlaps, I think, is really good.
Not enough detail. I would say a very common misconception is that simply adding detail makes a drawing detailed. I know it sounds kind of contradictory, but if it's like the design principle I talked about earlier, right? If everything is detailed, then by default nothing is. So if you want to draw something detailed, having areas of detail and areas of non-detail is how you can highlight areas of detail.
Yeah. By the way, oh yeah, they meant relationship-wise. No, we're married.
We're married. Married for 4 years.
Yep. So I think that if your hair kind of looks like this, you're separating it out nicely, but it kind of just looks like this and it looks kind of bland. I think you need to focus a little bit more on the overlap. So right now this kind of just looks like an outline, which, you know, for some styles like Naruto actually works pretty well. Mm-hmm. You'll notice that in Naruto their hair just looks like this, and that's totally fine if that's the style and it works. But if you want it to be more detailed, I would say add more like sections.
Jimmy Neutron himself has followed us.
Wow.
Thank you, Jimmy. Brain Blast.
Brain Blast.
Christina's never seen Jimmy Neutron.
I've never seen it.
I grew up with it, though.
So I would actually start separating out these sections and also adding other strands on top.
How do you...
And that creates additional level of detail without actually, like, shading it and adding hair texture.
Yup.
Another thing that I would do is I would actually fix the shape because the shape doesn't look very nice. And then I would like overlap each strand. See, like the overlap, these lines actually create the detail and the texture of the hair.
Yeah.
If you don't add this, it's just gonna look like an outline, which will make it look less detailed. And of course, if you want, you can also add like little shadows within the strands. You can add some hatch marks at where the hair is turning away from us, because that gives texture and that gives, you know, like a bit of motion to the hair. And then another thing that you can do to add detail is to flip some of the strands.
How do we enter the Academy online? So the online school is going to be, you can find out information on how to purchase it here on drawanimeacademy.com.
Yep.
So that link right there will, if you put it in your browser, it'll tell you all about what the Academy is, how much it is, how to enroll, and all that kind of stuff.
Yep. By the way, this is not to be confused with signing up for the emailing list.
Yes.
You have to pay to get to the school, so.
Yeah, the school is a paid
it's a paid program.
Paid program.
So there, we got more detailed hair that doesn't look super flat. So there we go.
How do you make the ends of the strands look so clean, mine look so bad? Okay, did that answer your question? What she did? Yeah, I would say it has to do with, one thing that I've noticed, because I've been doing so much anime drawing lately, is usually you'll have a part of the hair that's really curved, and then you'll have a part of the hair that's straighter, a little bit less curved. Mm-hmm. So like, maybe I'll go...
Anime art school is $497 or $500,
like that.
Rounded up.
So you'll usually, it's almost like, it reminds me a lot of the...
But there's also payment plans available, so you can check that out.
It reminds me a lot of
legs.
Like a leg.
Yeah.
Like you have the curved side, and then you have the side that's less curved, and then you have the curved side, and you have the side that's less curved. It's a horrible foot. What the heck? How about I just do this?
Barbie feet.
Yeah. So hair is actually the same way. You'll usually have one side of the strand that's more curved, and one side that's a little bit less curved.
Yes, slay. And then the same thing goes for like the twist. You'll have like a very tight curve and then maybe not so tight curve later on.
May I ask what the email list is? The emailing list is a list that you can join where we're actually in the middle of building the emails. There hasn't been any sent out yet, but we're going to be sending out like free tutorials and tips and little cute things with like Miki and Miko. And we'll probably be sending out like coupons, discounts for classes. And basically, it's just going to be an extra way to notify users of stuff, and we're building out like little tutorials and stuff that you can save as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you.
How much content does the school have?
Oh my gosh.
Tokyo, it's actually difficult to explain just how much content is in the school. It is an entire year-long program, and it's about 20 hours of work per week for that year program. So you have 7 complete classes. All of them are 14 weeks, except one which is 12 weeks. And that's like weekly lessons, numerous lessons per week, and then homework assignments, but it's all self-paced. So you don't have to do it in a year. You can just do it at your own pace.
Yeah.
So as of content, right now, there's probably like 100 hours of actual video lessons uploaded.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks, Sarah, for answering their question.
But there's a lot.
Yeah, there's like, okay, so just to give a little bit of context, we take a lot of art classes as well, and we basically, how a normal art class, professional art class goes is, each class is about 8 to 10 weeks long, and you meet once a week where they give you a lesson and then they give you homework, and then you basically meet every once a week, and they give you feedback, and that usually costs around $800 to $1,000 sometimes. Now that's actually a lot more affordable than a lot of art colleges.
Yeah.
But for what we did is we took those classes, made 14-week classes or 12 to 14-week classes, and then sold them all for $500.
Yep.
So that's kind of the context of like what an art class usually costs.
So if you've been wanting to learn stuff like anatomy, clothing drawing, costume drawing, hair, faces, expressions, hands, literally almost everything you can think of. Perspective, backgrounds, environments, painting, designing characters. It's all in the school. It's a really, really big program.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll just keep going with our lessons.
So I'm gonna do hands now because I feel like hands is a really fun topic. Well, I think it's a fun topic. So yeah, hands. So hands, I think first and foremost understand the proportions of the hands. I think a lot of people get hands wrong is because their fingers either look way too long, like this, and the palm looks way too short, and the thumb looks way too short, or they have like a really, really wide palm with like super short itty bitty fingers like this. And it's like, okay, well, why doesn't this look right? So I think to understand and draw hands a lot better, understand the lengths of the palm and the fingers. So, what's up?
Your local McDonald worker joined, Sarah. Sarah, I think we found your people.
Yep. Hey, Little Miss Blessed by God.
Yes, welcome, Little Miss Blessed by God. How do I draw a braid? How long is the wait list for your live program? I think there's like 22 or 23 people on it right now. We're going to be running it on Saturdays.
Yep.
Probably going to be starting it around early to the middle of January. That's my thoughts.
So the top half of this line is the finger. So you just have to draw a line, divide in half. This part's your fingers. This part is your palm. Now this highest part right here is your middle finger. So the rest of the fingers, kind of are a little bit shorter than the middle finger. So here's the palm. Here's the thumb. Thumb kind of ends at about close to a little bit past where the base of the index finger is. So I'd say it's about a little bit longer than that. Here's a thumb pad, here's a thumb, here's the top of the muscle, or the hand muscle right here, and then there's also a pinky muscle area right there. So then what you can do is when you draw hands, oh my goodness, okay.
How do I draw a scary eye for horror art?
I don't do horror art, so I wouldn't really know what scary to you means.
Yeah.
Scary, if you want to make something scary, just make it look uncanny. Basically means it's supposed to be like a face, but there's something very odd about it.
Yeah, scary eye, a lot of it would have to do with contextual, like what's around it and what's on the face.
Yeah.
And also, it's kind of like saying, can you draw a pretty eye? It's like, well, there's a lot of different ways to draw pretty eyes. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of ways to do scary eyes as well. But I would say look stuff up online. Look at how horror artists do eyes and do a bunch of like copies of those, for example. Mm-hmm.
That's actually a good idea. I like that. Thank you for the follow.
Jake.
Jake. So here I just drew some planes in perspective, and I like to think of this as folding paper. So I draw a plane, and draw another plane that's going in different directions. And you could essentially just turn this into a hand. As long as the proportions of the palm and the fingers are in the right place, then you can add in the fingers effortlessly. So I drew this hand right here. Here's a thumb. I just drew a little triangle with like a little orange slice. Actually, we do have a video on hands on TikTok, so I think that's our latest video on TikTok. So you can check that out if you want like more quicker version of this. So this is where I would add in, I got my palm and I got my fingers and everything's mostly in the right spot. Then I add in my fingers and I can group them in whatever way that I want. So then I decide, okay, how do I want to pose this hand? Do I want it like this? Do I want it folded out like that? Do I want it facing downward? Well, this hand is facing downward, so do I want the hands fanned out a little bit more or stuff like that? And then the gesture of each finger.
Uh-oh.
What's up?
Reconnection successful. It looks like OBS disconnected, but now it's back.
Oh.
Did y'all get a little bit of lag? All right.
Never noticed Jake's eyebrow slit.
Yeah, Miki hit Jake with a stick when they were kids, and it made him give him a cut in his eyebrow, and it never grew back.
Yeah.
Very little lag. Awesome.
So here I'm just planning out where I want my fingers to go. I make sure that my middle finger is a little bit longer than the rest of the fingers. And then once I have that all set up, then I draw the fingers like little French fries.
Yummy.
Yummy. There's a hand. And then all I need to do after that is just add in more details or make it more like three-dimensional, but like that part will be a lot easier. But once you think of hands in a very simple way, the rest of the details won't be as big of a deal. Because
Not the permanent Mickey damage, yeah. What happened to the official Mickey Thompson? You mean cat? Or do you mean... What do you mean exactly?
I could basically just turn this hand right here and add some form. And this is not a very pretty hand, but you know, it's got the basics. It's got the palm, the fingers are in roughly the right spot. Here's the wrist.
Cat. I don't know, what do you mean what happened to him?
I can add nails. But I always start off with this first before I go into detail like this. The person who had that as their Discord, you mean Cat?
That, yeah. That's what I was reading.
Alright, so there's hands. Okay, we haven't really done attaching limbs to the body yet, so I hope you're still here, whoever asked that question. Sorry, I got to this so late.
Who, huh?
Attaching limbs to the body. Yeah. Whoever asked that, I wonder if they're still here or not.
I got a tinkle.
Go ahead. Just you and me, chat.
Drink a lot of coffee.
Yep.
Dang, I want to watch the attaching limbs to the body part.
Okay, then I'll wait for you.
Just cover something else.
Okay, I'll cover something else. Hey, Tori. We'll cover this in a little bit because Colin's got a tinkle. Let me think. Maybe we'll do braids really quick because someone did ask about that. If you want to draw like really easy braids, draw one side of the braid first. And to draw one side of the braid, all you have to do is just draw it like a marshmallow twist. It's basically like a teardrop that's kind of stretched to the side. And it looks like this. Make sure you have nice overlaps on top. Hi, Speedro. On YouTube, are you new? And then all you have to do next is draw the other side. It's like a little heart, but it's like a heart that's kind of leaning to the side. We'll see if we can do chibis today. We'll see. I did cover chibis the other time though, S'more Jelly. I don't know if you remember that. Oh, awesome. You like art, Speedro? It's always nice to see new people especially on YouTube. Welcome back. So that's how you do a braid, a really simple braid. Another braid that you can do is just draw like little hearts. And then you can draw like the little curve on the inside. This is just something like very, very simple that you can do if you're like short on time, if you just want to get a braid set up. Steals art style cutely because I love this art style. Thank you, Silly Bean. Colin's back.
Yup.
Okay, we'll do attaching the body, attaching the limbs to the body.
Yes, this is a VOD. Actually, the funny thing about streaming on YouTube is you can actually back up the video right now and see everything we've covered while we're live. You don't even have to wait till the VOD is over, or the stream is over. You can just back up.
Already.
I do that all the time when I'm watching live streams on YouTube. I'm learning art since I got a drawing tablet as a gift from a few months ago, so I'm trying my hand. Oh, cousin, yeah. And I'm trying my hand on it. Awesome. It's okay, I like the live interaction. Nice. Sweet. Well, we are glad you're here. Yeah, if you're new on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We stream 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific. We've also been putting up YouTube videos weekly about all kinds of stuff. Christina's in the middle of a hair rendering tutorial.
Yes. So, if you want to attach arms and legs to a body, and you have a torso and you have it like nicely drawn, but you don't know how to like attach limbs, draw where the armhole and the leg holes are gonna be. I think that is what's gonna help a lot. Like the armhole or the arm socket will be right on the side of the body right here. And then all you have to do is just connect Oh my goodness. I cannot. I need to turn this quick menu thing off. I keep messing up. And then immediately after this armhole comes the arm. And there's a shoulder. Here's, you can just attach it like a cylinder. And there's an arm attached to the torso. So another thing about this is that the shoulder gives, or the deltoid right here gives a little bit of, like, bit of volume. So it's not, you're not just gonna add a cylinder down here like this. The deltoid is a muscle that attaches onto the cylinder and actually gives it this height. So that's why you see this extra bump right here. Otherwise, it's just a cylinder.
Yup.
And then the legs, see, I keep pressing too hard on this
Yeah,
thing.
you gotta squeeze lighter.
I do. So the legs, okay, so here's where the pelvis comes out. You can draw the leg hole like right down here. It's kind of like a tilted ellipse.
Yeah. I was thinking this might be a little confusing.
This might be a little bit confusing.
No, this.
Oh, oops.
There you go.
Sure. Thank you.
Do you want to show how the pectoralis connects to that? Because that is pretty relevant.
Pectoralis will be underneath the deltoid. Not down here, not up here, but more towards the middle. Because it connects to the humerus bone.
The top of it.
The top of it, yeah.
The deltoid.
Yep. And then the pectoralis doesn't go past the rib cage, or the opening of the rib cage. So it's a little bit above the opening of the rib cage, and then there's your pectoralis, which is your chest muscle.
Just by watching your streams, I can see improvement in my art. Awesome.
Yay! So glad.
Is that Procreate? Yes. Can you show the neck connects to different head angles? We might do that later. How often do you guys do anatomy sketches? I do them pretty much every day.
I try to do them every day, but not all the time. I draw people enough, but sometimes, like, it just depends on the mood I'm in. But if you want to be, like, better at it, then do it more consistently.
Yeah. The pectoralis feels a little bit high, doesn't it? Like the opening of the rib cage.
It does feel a little bit high. I think I just made the rib cage a little bit too long.
What's your schedule weekly? Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific, we do streams. Friday streams are a little bit less tutorials, and we go over challenges from our community. Do they have tutorials on men? Yeah, if you check our TikTok and you scroll down pretty far, you'll see some like male bodies and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So if you want to attach the legs, there's two parts that you want to think about. The first part is the cylinder of the leg, which is basically just like your upper leg and your lower leg. But then there's also this part that connects the pelvis to the cylinder right here. This is your glutes. So your glutes forms kind of like a sphere shape, and then it gradually turns into that cylinder shape right there. Mm-hmm. And it comes immediately out from the pelvis, just in this gap right here.
I like how the how this figurine actually breaks down the legs as well.
I do too.
Although for some
like
reason
a joint.
It's like
stiff.
There we go. No, it was like turned.
Talk about perfect timing.
Talk about perfect timing, yeah. I actually like how this figurine simplifies connecting the legs to the body. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good.
It's just like a ball joint.
Yeah, they have like this kind of undies shape, and then the ball.
Yeah, undie shape is right here, and then the ball is right here. It's like a ball jointed doll, essentially.
You know, if you want to do this sort of thing really simply,
Colton's drawing at an angle.
yeah,
See if they can see that. Yeah, they
you can do that sort of thing.
Yeah, I love doing it like this too.
So you can just connect, and then you can add a little bit of volume if you want.
Turn to a cylinder.
Something like that. If you want to do it really, really simply, you just basically draw the top of the body, and then you can pull the limbs off of the side like that. Now, if this were turned, we'd probably see a little bit of this edge right there.
Oh yeah, he snatches my pencil all the time, which I don't care. In fact, I always like it when he snatches the pencil because he gives a lot of good tips. Speed Rose says, is it okay if I use a 3D model for construction with low opacity? If you're practicing, I'd say like, if you're a beginner, you might end up using that as a crutch. So I would say you're better off just practicing the body, practicing drawing the body underneath. I know it's very tempting to use a 3D base, but I feel like what ends up happening is you end up tracing it rather than actually understanding what's going on. So if you really want to try it and see how it does for you. But I think for practice, it's just draw it.
Full on beginner. There are assignments that they give in some anatomy classes, and these would specifically be anatomy classes, not figure drawing classes, where if you're going to learn the muscles of the body, they'll have you take, Ray Bustos does this in Art Center.
Yes.
They'll have you take photos of statues and trace over the statues and add the muscles on top.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing that people do to learn anatomy. So your drawings at the end of the day kind of would look something like, maybe something like this. That would be a specific exercise that you would do in order to learn anatomy. But anatomy is not actually the important thing. Figure drawing is. Anatomy is like information on the body and muscles that goes on top of a figure. So if you can't draw a figure, knowing the muscles isn't going to help all that much. So I would recommend, if you're an absolute beginner and you want to learn how to draw characters, take a figure drawing class. Figure drawing classes. So they're going to cover anatomy, but they're going to give you a step-by-step process to constructing a figure that you can then lay the muscles on top of.
Yeah, like the way how we did a lot of figure drawing was we literally just drew the body as cylinders and boxes, and then we drew like the anatomy on top with basically how we saw the body in like a live studio. So we'll start off with something that's very simple and blocky, like this, to get the proportions right, because that's actually, I would say that's the most important part of drawing the body. It's not really the muscles, it's about the forms. And then what they would do later is we would actually add in, the muscles on top.
Sartorius, the gracilis, the quads, all those
the abs,
muscly stuff.
I've done so many studies of this, like for both of our classes as well as just in other figure drawing classes. So it's like that's where you'll know where all the muscles go.
Yeah.
But if you want to learn anatomy specifically, do the tracing assignment. But that's also would be really helpful if you know how to do this beforehand.
I'm struggling with making my proportions consistent. Any tips for that? Cyber, are you talking about for full characters or like heads? If full characters, we could couple proportions really quick.
Okay.
Do y'all ever take references from your favorite game characters? No, generally not. I take references from real life and sources of inspiration that are less what another artist has done and more like nature and ideas and concepts. So in the concept art industry, there's a lot of people who want to become concept artists and they have trouble finding jobs because a lot of what they learn is based on what other artists have done.
It's like a derivative.
It ends up becoming a derivative of other artists. So the way that I was taught was when you're designing, take inspiration not from like another artist, but take it from some original source, because that other artist has taken inspiration from something. And so what you're really doing is, let's say that there's a plant and that artist has designed a character based on that plant. Now you're designing a character based on that character that's based on a plant, and the chain just keeps going and going. So what ends up happening is over time, your designs get less and less original. And when an artist works in the industry for a long time, they can instantly tell whether you're getting something from an original source or if you're just copying like a popular artist and what they tend to do.
Alexia's here. It's been a hot minute.
Yes, hello Alexia.
It's nice to see you again.
So no, I don't really take references from games. I may take certain types of inspiration, like, oh, I really like how they simplified a character. So I may do that in a different way.
It's almost like we take other artists and inspirations from them to kind of like see how we could get that same result, or see how they do it and then apply into our own art. So it's more like we do bits and pieces. We don't use the whole art piece and try to make a piece based off of that. It's more like, how do I, like, I'm like, oh, I like the way how this artist paints skin, or paints or simplifies the body in this way. So I'm gonna take inspiration from that and see how they do it and try to see if I can do it in my own artwork. But it's very different from like using it as reference. Does that make sense? I don't know. Y'all went to an art school. Where did you go?
I went to a school called FZD School of Design. It's a school that, well, it's not even around anymore, but it was in Singapore, and it was for it was a school that taught industrial design, but it was focused on concept art for games. And then after that, I went to a school called Art Center College of Design in Pasadena, but I only stayed there for 2 terms and dropped out to work professionally on games. And then I've taken a bunch of classes from a school called Brainstorm in Burbank. Brainstorm School, started by John Park and James Peck. And then take classes online a lot from different artists and stuff.
Yeah. I went to Art Center for about 3 terms, then I dropped out as well because we had our business. And I also wanted to get like cheaper education. So I also took a lot of classes from Brainstorm and Drawing America and stuff like that. And that's where I get most of my education from as well.
So most of art depends on indicators. I'm not sure exactly what you mean. It sounds like yes, but I'm not sure exactly what you mean. Art school is expensive. Yup, that's why we made our school for a cheaper alternative for people who just want to learn how to draw.
And we also do these streams, so.
Yep, and we also just do these streams for free. Hey, again, welcome.
So I'm just drawing a really quick proportional system. I think that this is the way that works easiest for me. It might take a little bit of time to get used to, but we learned this from Will Weston, who's a fantastic figure drawing teacher. And what he did was he basically just divided a bunch of lines, right? He just took a line, divided that in half. This top half is the upper body. This half is the lower body, which is the legs. And then he divided the legs in half, and this is where your kneecap is, or the bottom of your kneecap is. The top of the body can be split into 3 boxes, 3 equal parts. The second part will fit the rib cage. The bottom half of the third part will fit the pelvis. And this will be your squishy middle, or like your sides, right? Your obliques. And then approximately 2/3 of the first box is your head. And this little gap right here is gonna be your neck.
I mean, that one draws like, for example, a block and then carve into it to make the shape you want, but you don't exceed the box so that you don't overdo it. They do that a lot in product design. They'll modify boxes into the shape that they want, almost like 3D modeling. But is that what you're talking about? Like you draw a box and then maybe you bevel one of the edges or something like that? You can. That's more like product design type stuff.
Hey Slay.
Hey.
Wow, we got some old regulars. Alexi and Slay.
Yeah, 3D modeling but 2D. Like not everybody uses that. I would say that's pretty common for like product designers, and that's a pretty nice pose there.
That is a very nice. In fact, I just kind of drew that pose. What he's talking about is he just stood a pose like that, and I was literally drawing a pose that's kind of similar to that.
But anyways. Still angry that I can't block people on Apple Music. That's funny. I mean, it's horrible. I'm sorry for you.
I don't understand. How can you...
Like, block an artist so you don't hear their music.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that's more of like a product design thing. So, what is it? Speed row? Like, product designers, a lot of the time, will start with like a simple form. And then they'll, like, you know, modify it into... It's so hard to draw at this angle.
I don't know how you're doing it, but it looks awesome.
I'm just vibing it out.
It literally looks like a straight line, but he's drawing like as if he's like drawing a diagonal line. It's just very interesting how he does
You know, they'll do stuff like this. And then they can start to add design, you know, roof shingles.
Don't worry, Chocho. Hands are very difficult. You'll get it someday. Just keep doing the practice.
You know, so that's like one method that you could use. It's kind of like based on almost like a 3D modeling.
He said, yeah, but for the body. It's kind of similar.
Yeah, similar for the body. Again, there's so many different ways to break down the body.
Like, there's ways to break down the body where you, like, draw in the box for the rib cage.
And it depends on your skill level.
And then you, like, actually draw the rib cage inside of it and stuff like that. And then pelvis is basically a box with a pointed bottom.
Sketchbook. I would say one thing that really helped me with drawing people was doing stuff like this.
It's similar.
Doing stuff like this. Drawing the body in a simple way from a bunch of different angles in my sketchbook. And I just use like a brush tip pen.
You can get this figure on Amazon, but it's very expensive. It's from Toa Heavy Industries. Toa Heavy Industries.
It's 2 words.
Oh, okay. Toa Heavy Industries.
It's like $250, so it's super expensive.
Yeah.
Because they're all price gouged because they don't actually manufacture them
1,000 toys.
And it's a 1/12 scale.
There's kind of like dupes of this, which is like there's less expensive, but it's not as good.
Yeah, there's a lot of anybody who tells you that this is for sale for cheaper, they're talking about a different model. This is specifically a Japanese brand that's ultra flexible. It has multiple joints in all of the limbs. And it's Toa Heavy Industries.
Yep. So there is a lot of wiggle room, which means that you can choose which method you like the most to draw a face. Yeah, there's like multiple ways to do the same thing.
This is the female version, by the way. And the female version is like $80. It's not as flexible as the male version, but it's pretty good as well. We have both of them.
Man, this song's bang. It's a banger. So there's proportions.
And that would be the 1/12 female, and then the 1/12 male is the super flexible one. And the 1/12 female is a bit smaller. I would say it's comes up to about the guy's chin. But the male is very flexible.
This has like double joints and everything.
Yeah, it's
Let me actually test something out. I was like trying to find like another way to describe the length of the legs. Like,
yeah, that would be USD. What?
I was trying to find a different way to explain like how long the legs are if you like are just drawing the torso. And I'm actually thinking like I think it's about the same length as the forearm and the hand. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. So like if you're drawing like a torso and you want to add like legs and stuff, draw the forearm, take that measurement and just yeet it onto the leg, and there's your like your upper leg. I don't know. I'm just trying to find different ways to measure. All right. Let's see.
Now what are we going over?
Well, we got clothes like baggy pants and stuff. We got perspective. We got heads.
Clothes we haven't covered at all.
We haven't covered clothes
yet. We've been
yet.
going for almost 2 hours.
I know, that's crazy. We'll do clothes next. How about that? Maybe I'll add a new sheet, or I'll just make this a little bit smaller.
Can I just full on copy and paste someone's full process as a guide until I deviate from it and make it my own? Yeah, I mean, you could do that. Great explanation. I remember watching Will Weston's lectures. I didn't get to the 3-finger gap though. Yeah, Will Weston's great. I think I've taken his anatomy class 5 times.
Yeah.
At least 5 times. I've taken his other classes too. I actually sat in on his class when he taught an art center.
Man, I would have loved to sit in on that class.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. Very passionate teacher. The room was full, and then they banned it at art center because he used to let anybody sit in on his class who was an art center student.
But, like, I'm just so mad because like that could have also made the art center a lot more money to just sit in on his class, and it's like that just gives more extra value. But I mean, I get it. So if you want to draw baggy pants, there's multiple ways to do baggy pants. It really just depends on like what kind of baggy pants you're looking for, because there's like sweatpants which are baggy, but they're like, they appear, there's like a lot of the sagginess comes in at the cuffs of the pants right here. So you'll sometimes see looseness. It's not going to be fully attached or sticking to the leg. There's going to be some parts of the pants where it's going to be closer to the skin, but then as it gets towards the bottom, it balloons out, and then there's the cuff.
All right, Cyber. How often do we go live? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific time.
Yes.
We stream 3 times a week. What's better, learning anatomy based on art style or learning anatomy before developing an art style? Generally, the thing that pros are going to tell you is learn anatomy. Treat them separately, right? Like you're taking figure drawing classes on anatomy, and then you're also on the side thinking, what art style do I want to develop? So I have friends who got hired at Blizzard and Riot, and I know the exact process that they went through in order to get hired there. They all took real anatomy and figure drawing classes, as well as, in addition to that, practicing design and stylizing on the side. It's pretty much how you're going to find it. My advice would be do both, but you're definitely going to want to take real anatomy and figure drawing classes. Learning realistic art, or learning realism, learning how to properly render, properly light, is not going to harm your ability to be a better artist.
In fact, it's actually going to enhance your style and all that stuff, because like that's something that I've been through. Was I took a lot of realistic classes later on. I always did a bunch of anime as a kid, and I never really learned like the whole fundamentals and how to draw things realistically. But then when I actually learned it, the anime became like so much better. It's like, and not only that, but your style kind of develops on its own, because you have specific things that you like to do that other people don't really do. You're always gonna have like a special take on what you like to do and what you don't like to do. So I think it'll just develop as you continue drawing. Like, if I'm gonna be honest, I never really tried hard for my style. In fact, I don't even consider like my style as like really like a style. It's just, I just draw. But then I'll get comments being like, oh my gosh, I love your style. And I'm like, I never tried hard for it. I mean, like, there's some things where I did to elevate the style. Like, I'll look at different artists that I'm inspired by, and then I'll try to study certain ways that they handle things, and then that will add on to my current skill level. But I didn't really try hard as to like, I need to make the most unique style right now, and if I don't, then I'm a failure. Like, no.
Yeah.
It's gonna come as the more you draw.
Yeah, your style's going to develop naturally based on what you're interested in.
Yeah. And not only that, but your style changes like every year, especially like the more you practice and the more things you learn. So I just drew 2 types of baggy pants. One type is more like joggers. You'll see a lot more compression at the bottom. This one's more like samurai pants, where you see like a lot like drapery or folds at the top, because there's like a drawstring. And then you won't really see much of the leg anywhere because it's very, very baggy. You'll actually just mostly see kind of like a skirt shape for this type of pants. But you'll actually see a little bit of tightness around the ankles, because that's where the elastic is. So if you want to draw pants like this, that's how you would do it. Make everything very straight, and then make it baggy at the bottom. And depending on how the material is, you'll see more folds or less folds depending on how thick or thin the pants are.
I would say there's like fearful artists, and then there's like people who just want to draw and get better.
Yeah.
And fearful artists are like, oh no, if I take an anatomy class, is it going to kill my style? Or, oh no, if I learn something properly from like a class, is it going to remove what's unique about me? And then there's other people who just draw. They take every class. They're drawing 24/7. They're always wanting to learn new stuff. Who do you think is going to have the more attractive style at the end of the day? Someone who's terrified of learning new things because they're afraid it's going to ruin who they are, or someone who's just has no fear, aggressively learns and practices and just loves every second of it? I'm kind of giving two extremes, but to an extent, a lot of the time that's what ends up happening. People will be like, I really want an anime style, but I'm afraid if I take a realism class, it's gonna ruin my anime style.
Or it's gonna ruin my creativity,
it's like a fear-based thing. And I would say approach art with no fear. Just draw. Just do what you like. And that's my biggest advice. And another thing is, like, if you want to get good at drawing, yet you're afraid to draw, I feel like it's not a very effective long-term strategy as well.
Yeah.
So I see that a lot, by the way. Like, the reason I'm saying it is because I've observed it a lot. People are... Like, the solution is usually just try it. Do more, try it. And a lot of bad habits that people develop, those bad habits will go away once you start learning, like, good foundation.
I have a bad habit of winging things sometimes.
Yeah.
Because that's how I drew a lot. And I'll be like, I'll just wing it, but then that ends up not turning out very good. All right, so there's baggy pants.
Yeah, the more you draw, the better you'll get. It's like learning how to use our chords. All right, Speedro, have a good one. Although it seems like you're probably gone by now.
Yeah, well, you'll probably see this later.
Yup. I'll be going now to finish my submission for the weekly art challenge. All right, have a good one. Got in trouble for being up late last night for being on Minecraft till 2 a.m.
Oh my.
That'll happen.
Yep, it's the Minecrafters. I'm kind of both, but I really want to learn common sense with anatomy or muscle memory with art. Basically, just you want to learn the foundation. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
A lot of people think that this is another thing as well. People who don't have foundation tend to get trapped in a specific style. Like, people who don't have foundation are usually limited by their style. People who have foundation a lot of the time can change their style at will. And what I mean by that is, and I give my own work as an example a lot of the time, where if I go to my photos, right? Regulars, you know what I'm about to show. This is some of my art. So this is one of my artworks. This is a 2D photo bash with painting. And then another one of my arts is this one right here. So again, completely different styles, completely different color choices, completely different shape language. But same with this. Very, very different color choices. This is very saturated. I've pushed the warm and cool. I've got really, really warm green lights, and I've got really, really cool green shadows. If you go over to this one right here, I haven't done that at all. I've got very tame atmospheric perspective, right? I've got very tame shadows. I'm not pushing it at all. And that's because I've learned color theory correctly. I've taken classes on painting. So people will go, oh, I love the style of like this. It's a choice. It's a choice. I've consciously decided to make these color choices. And so when working on video games, I may get hired to work on a video game where the whole project is like very desaturated and dark and based on silhouettes. And so I have to be able to match that style. And then the next one, I may get hired on a really stylized, bright, and cheerful game. And so a lot of people, like, they'll draw and they'll draw and they'll draw and they'll develop like a unique anime style. And then they'll be afraid that if they learn something else, it'll somehow wreck their style.
We got some questions on YouTube, actually.
Yeah. Can you draw a fighting pose?
Ooh.
Never before seen Colton art. Very before seen. Hello, what kind of brush do you often use on Procreate?
So you can get this brush that I'm using on... Wait, do we have it?
It's in the description.
Yeah, it's in the description.
If you scroll down and you go to the link that's drawanimeacademy.com/TikTok, the brush download is free on that. It's a green button. It says digital brush. It all makes sense to me now. Dana, I like the first one because it reminded me of the 90s. Sorry, my Wi-Fi died and I didn't hear you if you responded. What?
Huh? Is it okay if I use an example? Oh, is it okay if I use you as an example in a school presentation for concept art and design?
Sure.
Oh, that's so sweet.
When you do, ping me in the Discord and show me if you want. But yeah, for sure. I've actually, a couple of my students have done that before. So yeah, I've been drawing this entire time. Hi guys, graduating this year and I'm going to an art college. Awesome. Scooty Snack, welcome back.
Scooty Snack, hey. So,
can you draw chibi? Chibi is not on our list today.
Nope.
But we do have a class on it. So if you really want to learn how to draw chibis, you can go to the link on our profile and get that class.
It's $20. So if you want to draw like a fighting pose, I think fighting poses, there's just so many, right? I think a lot of it is just understanding like where. I think you have to look for a few things. You have to look for like, how is a torso bending? Is it bending, like, is a spine going this way?
What are you covering now?
Fighting poses. I just want to cover this really, really quickly. Because it is challenging to do a fighting pose.
Yeah, they tend to be very dynamic.
So think about, okay, what direction is the pelvis going in? Is it a really like skewed perspective, especially in your reference? That's gonna be a little bit harder to do. But generally the torso will either twist, will either bend forward.
A couple of comments.
Okay.
Someone said, I want to achieve arcane artist level. Yes. Learn foundation.
Learn foundation.
That is 100% what you need to do. Learn solid foundation. Can you draw lips? Do you have socials for your not art academy related stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of do.
I can write this down.
Go
so
ahead.
If you want to find my art station, Google that. You'll find my art station. And then that's Christina's. I haven't updated my work in a couple of years.
Me neither. So it's kind of old.
If you want to find Christina and my art, you can look that up on Google. I don't have a social media. I just have an online portfolio. Do you have any advice about building a background around a subject? I mean, one simple way that you can do it is you can put the vanishing point behind the character's head. It will create a natural flow that points towards the character.
So kind of like this. Let's say you have a character in the middle.
Yep.
Basically, the vanishing point would basically be where the head behind it, and then you'll see.
That can help a lot.
There, you do it.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Right, and then that's one good way that you can do it.
So then you can add like, okay, well maybe there's a fence or like a wall or a street behind them using this grid. Maybe there's like a house on the other side or whatever. I don't know. There's a tree behind it. My backgrounds are not as good as Colton's, but I think it.
How do I draw it?
It's not too bad.
Nah, we don't really draw portraits of each other. I'm not really a portrait artist. We're obsessed with our OCs and characters, though, so we draw them a lot. I'm taking both a painting and figure drawing class in January, and I'm nervous about it. Oh, don't be nervous at all. Just love it. Love every second of it.
I love painting and figure drawing classes. It's such a vibe, like, honestly. So nothing beats, honestly, this is why I wish I was back in art center, at least physically, in my term 1. I loved going to my figure drawing class in the morning and getting like my tools ready and like just kind of making it cute and making it nice, and then I'm like, oh, okay, now I'm just in the zone. It's a specific vibe.
What is the best way to learn foundation without buying lessons? I'm living off of Pinterest right now. Slay, if you want to become a professional artist and you want to learn foundation, I would get a job and save and then buy classes. That would be the absolute fastest way to do it. This is coming from, I have dozens and dozens and dozens of friends who have become professional artists and now do it for a living full time. That is the most effective way, by far. Getting a job, and I'm not like, oh, get a job. I'm like, no, that's literally the fastest way. Paid classes, paid mentorships are really, really good. Absolutely worth it. Because you're going to be spending time either way. The camera is lagging again. What is going on? Why is it always lagging?
Oh, Sluggard Entertainment says, I don't know where I am. This video just popped. Can you let me know who you are and what we're doing? I'm enjoying so far. Well, thank you for enjoying
so annoying.
This.
Why is it lagging?
Hopefully it's not lagging too much. Like,
Yeah,
oh no, it's lagging. If you can see this on YouTube, we're Draw Anime Academy. We teach art and make it affordable, and we teach art in a very fun way. We do anime stuff, we do a bunch of tutorials just like this. You ask questions, we'll answer your questions, unless they're like super specific. But yeah, pop in and say hi, ask some questions if you like a specific thing to be drawn. And we stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 4 p.m. Pacific. So yeah, hopefully that you're still enjoying this, even though the camera's lagging.
Yeah, well, I can't do anything about it. I have no idea why it lags.
I don't know, that's really strange.
Yeah. But anyways, thank you, Christina.
S'more Jelly, I know you've been asking about lips. I did do this little lip thing there. You can probably scroll back to our YouTube VOD. I don't know if I'll cover realistic lips today.
Yeah, if you want to know about lips, you can rewind the video on YouTube and go see where she did that.
Yeah, we already covered a lot of topics, so yeah. Someone asked how to draw manga. Do you mean like comics? Or do you mean like anime style?
Yeah, weird camera stuff. Have you asked tech support? I am tech support.
Yeah, he is tech support.
So I have to figure out exactly why it lags. I'm pretty sure it's the vertical streaming plugin that's the problem, but it doesn't lag nearly as much as it used to.
What brush do you use? The brush is in the linky in our profile on TikTok, so go and find it there. It's free. Anime style comics. I'd say if you want to learn how to draw anime style comics, I think just get a manga book or get like a manga, whatever it is that you want, and actually look at the panels. Look at how they panel things and stuff. If you want, you can even like study those pages and be like, okay, well, like maybe they put this one frame in here and another frame there. You know, how are the characters inside the panel laid out? I used to do that all the time whenever I drew comic book pages for myself. So,
are you the YouTube channel, huh? We are on YouTube live right now as well. I think it's.
Ooh, can't wait to show you guys my OC on digital and
is this one lagging too? Yes,
yeah,
this one is lagging a lot too.
That
I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. CPU usage is super low.
I know this is controversial, but tracing had honestly helped me a lot in learning art styles. Honestly, if that works for you, then that's great.
I don't know what to do about it. Sorry guys, the video is lagging like crazy, and right now there's nothing I can do about it. But regardless, tracing isn't controversial at all. Tracing is totally fine as long as you have the rights to what you're tracing if you're going to put it up and claim it as your own. You're 100% allowed to go and take a photo and trace it. Like, there's nothing morally wrong about you going out, taking a picture of a tree, and then tracing that tree. That's almost the entire graphic design industry, is just tracing pictures with Adobe Illustrator and stuff like that. I think the controversy with tracing comes from people stealing art from other people, tracing it, and then claiming it as their own. But as far as the professional art industry goes, tracing is like, people do it all the time. Like, it just has to do with, do you have the rights to what you're tracing? I don't really trace at all. Mainly because I really want to learn.
Yeah.
The best way to learn, in my opinion, again, there are certain classes out there where they take famous sculptures of like Michelangelo and take a picture of it and trace over top of it and put the muscles in.
That definitely helps me a lot.
That can help you learn the muscles.
Yeah.
And then you label them.
But it's more like a specific assignment that uses tracing to learn.
Yeah.
Someone asked, Ray Baku, they says, do you have any advice on how to stay consistent with making artwork? With me in art school and work, it's kind of hard for me to stay consistent. Do you mean like time-wise?
It is very choppy. I don't know what to do about it.
I don't know. That's why that's why I pause on tutorials, because I don't want to be like explaining something that's like lagging. So that's why I'm working on this illustration. I'm only imagining tracing over a Ninja Turtle. That's funny. Okay, so with time, so I think that you can. So this is more specifically for finding the free time in your life, right? I'd say maybe have like a little log saying like, okay, what did I do today? Like maybe if I said, oh, maybe I spent 30 minutes on my phone or watching this or eating or, well, not, you should make sure to mindfully eat. Any time that isn't necessarily like useful time or kind of like just mostly, I don't know, kind of like brain rotting time, maybe you can use that bit of time to draw a little bit more. Like maybe you spend like an hour scrolling on your phone, maybe replace maybe 30 minutes or that whole hour drawing instead. So like there's like gaps in your time frame that could be used to draw instead. So you can try to think of it like that. Of course, I don't know your time schedule and I don't know how busy you are. So this of course depends entirely on you. A lot of it is also just finding and making the time. I'll give you a story. When I was younger, I hated practicing piano because it was just boring to me. So every time I finished a song, I'm like, I have to go immediately back to my desk and draw just a little bit more because I was really like in the flow of a piece. And then like I'll just go back to playing a bit more piano and then going back to drawing it and stuff like that. So that's kind of sometimes what I do. Why are you not using Bucket Tool? Because Bucket Tool does not always work for me in Procreate. That's why I just rather do this. Not only that, but I don't like using Bucket Tool all the time because maybe there's like some flaw or maybe there's like something that I forgot and I now have to like figure out why the Bucket Tool is not working. So I just do this. It's a little bit more time consuming. Hey Kotaro, it has been forever.
And Christina's not in a rush to get the art done.
Yeah.
She enjoys the process of drawing more than the result, so she's not always in a rush to get an artwork done. She just likes drawing.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad they found a helpful way. Yeah, I just like it.
A lot of the time she'll manually fill stuff in instead of
trying to get it done as fast as possible. Yeah. I'm a very lazy. No, I shouldn't say lazy. I'm very primitive with my arts, like with my art process. Like rather than like trying to use the most fancy lasso tools or whatever, I just draw it in.
All right, this is what I'm gonna try really quick. I'm gonna pause the live for TikTok and then continue it and see if that fixes it.
Okay.
Is it still? Continue live. Let me see if that fixed it. Nope.
Nope, still going.
I think we just have to restart OBS, but I think it'll end the stream if we do, so.
Are you using your brush color or syrup? I'm using syrup for now.
Just because it's got nice crisp edges.
Yeah. Alpha lock.
The light is fine for me. Yeah, it's just, it's been, like if you notice my hand waving, it's like freezing. And that's happening with both cameras.
That's so annoying.
It's not the camera. The cameras are fine. They're nice quality vlogging cameras. I think it's the plugin. The plugin to OBS that allows us to stream on TikTok and YouTube at the same time, I think it's just bad. I don't know.
It's actually nice to see some new YouTube people here as well. It's quite encouraging. Yeah.
I don't have anything against tracing, but I have yet to see very many assignments that are more effective by tracing than not tracing.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna draw a figure, right? Actually, I'll explain exactly. So I was talking to my friend at Blizzard recently, and he was talking about getting really, really good at drawing people and figures. So he was saying that you draw a figure from like photo reference. You're not tracing it. You draw it out, and then you take the image and you overlay it on top of your drawing to see where you were not correct. And using that overlay and doing that, say, 50 times or 20 times, you'll go, man, I tend to make the head too big, or I tend to make the arms too long. That is not tracing, but it would be like superimpose the drawing over top of the photo. That specifically is an assignment that I know a lot of people do, and I'm talking about like really good artists, like Blizzard, Riot level illustrators, not like some person who's better than you, someone who's actually considered like the top level within the industry. I'm not interested in all things that help you get better, because maybe tracing helps, but does it really help more than if you were to not trace and then superimpose and see if you went wrong? Another assignment that he talked about was, if you want to get better at line work and line quality, use an unforgiving medium that punishes you if you mess up. What I mean by that is, don't draw with a pencil, draw with a pen, or like a
something that you
tip.
can't erase.
Something you can't erase. So if you want to get better fast, a medium that punishes you for messing up trains you to not mess up as much. So like drawing with a Sharpie.
Oh my gosh. Drawing with a Sharpie.
And like I said, these are actual exercises that top level artists did to get to the top level. I have never once talked to a really, really, really top level artist who was like, oh my gosh, tracing helped so much. And I don't think there's anything bad about it. I just don't think it helps as much as other stuff.
Someone asked how I was coloring without coloring a different character. I just separated them out in layers. So Miko is on one layer right here, and then underneath of that is Miki. So that's how I'm not coloring beyond like that. I also alpha lock my my whole entire layer, so that way I'm not accidentally coloring outside the lines. You can see like my pen is going outside the lines, but it's not going past it. I use alpha lock for my layers.
Yeah. So are we done with tutorials, or
if it's lagging too much?
I don't care if it's lagging. We can do tutorials.
We can do more tutorials. I just thought that if you're fixing it,
there's nothing we can do to fix it. We'd have to restart the stream, I think.
Okay.
At least it may go away on its own, but I don't know how to do it.
I can do. So the last two things I have on here is perspective and heads.
Now it's just completely frozen. There we go. Yeah.
Perspective and heads. Do you want to cover a bit of perspective?
Maybe I'll do it Wednesday.
Okay. So maybe the last one we'll do is heads. I know I kind of did heads a few times before. I think to get heads really nicely is to understand like what kind of forms can you add together to create that head look and shape.
Let me think. Why does this always happen?
I don't know.
I thought we solved this problem.
I thought we did too. How do you draw double chins? Basically, don't give them a smooth jawline. Like this. That is not a double chin. Instead, smooth out.
Which camera is it?
Smooth out the chin down here and add a little bump. And there's a double chin. Like that. Oop, okay. So, our music's gone too.
Yeah, it's over.
I don't draw double chins that much unless I'm drawing like a super funny character. It's so quiet without the music. Alright, there we go. So a sphere, you start off with a sphere for a head, and then right underneath it is this triangular block. So let me just draw this really quick. Let me draw it from the back side too. Let me see if that works better. Okay, so the chin and the lower jaw area is more like...
Let me turn both cameras off really quick.
Okay.
Deactivate. Activate. Did that help at all? Nope, not really.
Nope. Oh, Penelope, I did draw hands earlier, but if you're on YouTube, which we're also live on YouTube, you can scroll back to where I did these little demonstrations. But we'll cover hands another time as well. We cover most of the same topics. So this is what the chin and the jaw area looks like. It's kind of like a trapezoid with sides to it, and then there's like a jawline in the back here. So if you combine these two shapes, you get a head. All I have to do is kind of erase it, but I kind of separated them out a little bit just to show you how they would connect to each other. So if I were to draw an actual head, I would draw a sphere. I would draw the center line of that sphere, but because maybe this head is turning from the side, so your center line is basically where your nose is. It's kind of like showing the center of your face. This is to make your head look symmetrical. You'll notice that since my nose is directly in the center, if I turn, the center line moves more towards where I'm turning away from. So you'll do the same thing on the drawing. The center line starts from the sphere and then goes mostly straight down for the side of the face. You can draw a little mask on top. Here, you can chip away at this side of the head. This will be flatter because this is your temples, and the temples are a little bit flatter than the front of your face. And then you drop it down halfway. Here's your jawline. Here's the back of your head. That's how you can draw like a very, very basic head. And then you can add your proportion lines. Here's the eye line, which is usually around halfway from the top to the bottom of the head. The nose line will be halfway from the brow ridge to the bottom of the head. So the brow ridge is a little bit higher than the eye line. Then halfway between the brow and the bottom of the chin is the nose. Halfway between that is the mouth. And this part right here, specifically, between the brow and the nose, there's actually one little spot down here, which is your cheekbone. It's right there. And where you can find it is you basically take the measurement from the brow and the eye, move it down one more, and there's your cheekbone. Because the eye line is directly in the center of that. And that's where you see this this angle down the face. And there's a head. Yes, I'm using Procreate. I draw a lot of anime, but when I was younger, I trained myself to look at a picture of my favorite character and draw exactly what I see. I kept doing this until I could draw them from memory. Oh, that's pretty good. I actually used to do that too when I was a lot younger. I would basically... I think everybody at some point starts off with like copy drawings and stuff. And so they'll be like, okay, I'm gonna draw this the best I can and just do it a bunch. And that's really what's gonna help you a lot, is repetition, just over and over and over. And then after that, you kind of graduate from just a bunch of copy drawings to making your own stuff, but maybe using the art to base, you know, like as some reference, or like basing it off of the style or something like that. What I would do sometimes is I would take my favorite artists, like Clamp, or Sailor Moon stuff, and I would draw my own drawing, but I would try to like match the quality of these artists. So like I'll be like, okay, I'm really looking at how I really love how they drew, you know, this character, so I'm gonna draw my character or draw a piece that is inspired by their style and shows the quality of it. And then that's what will help me to improve a lot too. But that was before I took classes, so I also didn't really know what I was doing at the same time. I'm so bad at drawing feet and shoes. I sometimes cut them off because I'm lazy. Real, honestly. I never draw like full-on feet. I just draw like a wedge for the feet, especially if I'm just planning out a pose, and I just call it a day. And then later on, I put shoes on top of this wedge. and then be like, okay, I'm not gonna actually draw. I'm not gonna draw the actual feet unless I really need to. But sometimes I would just do like feet, like drawing feet for studies, stuff like that. I'll just draw a bunch of feet.
2:25. Maybe we'll wrap up.
Sure, no problem.
We will wrap up. I don't know why the stream lags so much. It's cameras are very glitchy, and I cannot figure out why. So, yeah, 2.5 hours we've been going about.
Yep.
And we'll also be on Wednesday. Don't forget, everybody, challenges are going to be going as well. There, you can check the Discord server for the challenges. We'll be going over those on Friday. Can't really look at ref for feet because that'd be weird on my search history. Well,
you just gotta embrace
don't expect to get any better at drawing feet then.
I have to like look at feet because how else am I gonna draw it? You know, like that's. I mean, and if you want, you can just look at like get an art reference pack that includes feet, and then just zoom in on it and be like, okay, well I'm just gonna draw the feet based on the pictures. So.
Yeah, so this was fun. Happy I found you. Awesome. We're glad that you found us as well. We will be live on Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific. Hopefully I'll figure out the lagging problems by then. It seems to come and go in waves. But anyways, sorry about that, everybody. I will try to be troubleshooting in the meantime. Might even have to do a test stream or something.
Oh, well that sounds fun.
All right, everybody. Have a good one.
We got some gifts.
Do we have some gifts? Yes. So Fox, again, thanks for subscribing. Pomegranate, thanks for the 1 rose. None of these people are probably here anymore.
I know.
Roxas, thank you for the heart me and the team bracelet. Thank you, thank you. Really appreciate it.
I'll be a regular again. No problem, Slay.
Yup. All right, bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you for
I'm
coming.
going to be ending TikTok now.
Hey, Yuki Snow.
And then I'm going to be ending the YouTube stream now. So bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you for joining, whoever who's new.
Hey. All right.